Because I'm worth it.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, hello.
It was definitely my fault we were late.
Also,
Sorry.
there is no other way to pronounce years. That's just how it's. That's
Yours.
just how it sounds when
Yours.
it's pronounced properly.
Yours.
Yours. No worries, guys. I don't even know what I was typing, and it just happened. You know, I'm just
She's in her own world.
very
It's
much.
not surprising after what she's just had to go through today.
Oh my god, I had the longest day ever.
Have you
Still
seen
made
her
it.
text messages on Twitter, Wicked?
No, you have. Do you have it pulled up? I can pull it up. I'll pull
I
it.
have it.
Okay, show it. So yesterday, my internet during FNT completely just like, okay, it blipped. I got off. I unplugged and replugged the modem. It worked for 10 minutes, and then it just died for the rest of the night. So I had to call. So I had to call my internet provider, and they were like trying to fix it the next day. I go to work in the morning. My brother's going to stay here. They're supposed to be here between 12 and 5, blah, 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 blah. I get the phone call. I'm going to be here at this time. Will you be there? Yes. Okay, cool. I get this text message. Technician Love Deep is on the way to your repair. To get arrival updates or contact info. Of course, I cut that out.
She accidentally called the wrong site, man. There was a corn department about to come over. Like, he was going to open the door and have
This
like
is
his
one
chest
step
hair.
away from a plumber's coming round to fix your pipes. Like we're in that level of meme territory.
Well,
Oh,
and then,
no.
and then. Oh well, show your reply first.
Yes,
I love
he's
that he
coming to give you his
bookmarked
broadband, and then, well,
Oh, there you go. Well, he came. He came to the house.
How did I
Okay.
miss this?
Showed his skills because the guy who came before, he just like plugged and played, like type of thing, like unboxed, plugged it, all that. Yeah. Apparently with these new modems, because I got fiber, you're supposed to. Well, the previous fiber is like 1.5. Now it's 3. So you're supposed to rewire or something. Otherwise, it drops packets. Yeah. So he showed his skills, rewired some stuff, plugged a few holes, and I'll put the wires where they needed to, and then I got really fast. I got faster internet now.
well, that is how it works. There was another comment from the previous one as well, which works better with the English pronunciation than the American one, but it's he came to router.
Rooter, I hardly know her.
Also, you missed the perfect chance for a he came, he saw. Well, he came, he saw, he conquered, is where I thought you were going with the start of this. He came, he showed, he conquered.
Well, thank you, Love Deep. You were the man that I needed
Yes.
since yesterday. But also, I had another crazy day section. I got to go to the Star Trek auction to pick up an item.
Oh, yeah, that was today, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Can you say
I-
what you got, or is it a secret?
I got a chair. Everyone knows that I'm picking up Gary's chair.
Oh, okay.
But I got to also, so this was on the set. Sorry, one second. This was on the set as well. And I was like, can I take a picture in it?
Aw.
Yeah, that looks like the set's still fully built.
It is. Here, let me show you what it looked like without, like, all the way
Wow.
back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Wait, that's not the chair that you got for Gary, is it?
No, that would never have
I was
fit in
gonna
my
say,
car.
I was gonna say, how are you gonna get that to him?
I mean, it would need a U-Haul, and I would charge way more for delivery service.
Yeah.
But the chair that I got for Gary, it's a repurposed like Razer gaming chair. I believe it's a Razer gaming chair.
No, it's like Braum or something.
Braum racing seat. This is the chair that I got him. I could lift it up very easily. It's very light. It's in an okay to good condition. There's some parts that need re-gluing, but it's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I might, if you guys really, really, really want, I could bring it up here. Well, I have to go get it from the car, so I might need 5 minutes.
I
If
mean,
you want to
then
see
up
it
the
chat,
stairs.
let us know.
Yeah. Maybe for the right super chat, guys. And then I'll just do the rest of the stream in it.
Yeah, there you go. She gets to sit in it first. Poor Gary.
Hey, what else am I going to do with it? It's going to take up good real estate space in the house.
and who doesn't want to sit in it after Jaden? That's the real true prize of that. Like his arse has christened that seat.
If he sat in it with his skirt, can you imagine what sweat marks would have been
Does
left?
it have a wet mark?
Sweat marks.
Who's sitting in the skirt?
I don't-
Jaden.
I assume he did. It's supposed to be a shuttle seat.
Hurts.
It's where the value of the seat's coming from.
Ew, I did not sniff the seat. Gross.
Apparently, that's the first thing
You'd
Hurts would
know.
have done.
You wouldn't have to get that close.
Oh,
You
God.
didn't have to get that close.
Ugh. Disgust. Chat, calm down. Otherwise, I'll send love deep on you.
That is also known as Hurts. Calm down. Oh
Well,
my
the-
gosh, that is a big. That covered her whole face. That's how I look with my teacups.
This week
Now I
as
get
well,
it.
though, we did find out that Starfleet Academy is not the worst thing which has ever happened in the history of the world. In fact, I think this would be the perfect marketing for a horror movie in Hollywood. The gingers are multiplying. How natural selection has led to more redheads than ever before.
Why is
the
that a bad
they-
thing?
Well, it looks like doesn't it look like 28 days later kind of marketing with the picture and stuff. The genetics in the background. For some reason, these people look as if they're just about to murder someone, and they're really happy about it.
I mean, is that Amaranth back there? It kind of looks like it. Far left.
All gingers look the same to me.
It
I
does
can't
look
tell
a
the
bit.
difference.
She's not a real ginger, though. I don't think. I think
Probably
only
not. Nothing else
two, three,
Dun,
four,
dun.
three of these people are real gingers. The girl at the front, the guy on the left, and the guy with the beard on the right. Well, maybe the kid.
Who'd fake being ginger?
Listen, you don't have to come at 12-year-old me, okay? I wanted to be Mary Jane, and I used my babysitting money to try and dye my hair that color. Good thing I didn't know. Listen, good thing I didn't know about bleaching because I would have killed my hair. Because trying to put that color over this dark, it just gave me like a cute little like red hue. But no,
Yeah.
I did try to
Oh!
go ginger.
You know,
Bleaching where they keep switching their hairstyle every week because
Yeah.
they find out they can use the entire spectrum of colors. Yeah.
Kaiju's right. Chrissy does dye her hair. She's not a real ginger.
I actually didn't know.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Disbrew, is it getting cold? Sorry, not cold. Hot where you are yet?
Yes, unfortunately.
I found something that to help cool you down.
Ew.
So I guarantee someone's done this like legit.
That looks disgusting, is all I have to say. Would you though?
It depends how hot it was. I don't generally eat baked beans anyway, but I'm not against them. They're not.
I'm not against them either, but frozen, no.
What- The part of I'm actually ever since I learned about the tin flavoring which is put in them, I can't stop tasting it, and so that kind of put me off. I saw behind the curtain of my childhood. It's like no,
It's like
this
when you
isn't for
see
me
how
anymore.
like something's made like hot dogs or something, and then like I can't eat them anymore. Like
Yeah, we're not in
Yeah.
Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
It was,
yeah.
I do
Actually-
remember, even before I learned that, I do remember thinking, like, why does it taste so metallic? So it was. I was kind of pleased that he had explained to me, and also, I don't want to eat tin flavoring. It just seems weird.
Now your world is shattered. You
Yeah.
can't. You just can't. I think this would be good for dogs. You know, freeze
I mean,
this.
yeah.
They probably could eat it. I don't know if beans are bad or
I
good
love
for
how
them.
you're looking for things which are just like, but they're not fussy. I mean, they could probably choke it down. Dogs will eat anything.
No. I mean, like, because my ex had a German Shepherd, so they would freeze random weird stuff like peanut butter, and then let the dog eat that as a treat, but also cool down during hot days. So
Yeah.
just random
Yeah.
stuff. To cool down a Brit, just
freeze
give him
random
baked beans.
things rather than just like water.
But the dog didn't like just frozen water. The dog wanted like treatsies and
Wanted
stuff.
flavor. That was a fancy dog.
Mhm.
Wanted popsicles.
Look, if your dog is so fussy, he's like, yes, it may be frozen, but it's not. But it's not.
Doesn't taste
peanut
good.
butter. It can't be that cold and need to cool down, can it? Really? It can't be that warm.
Yeah, bougie doggo, exactly. All right, let me get a couple supers and then we'll do what we do. Dumb old bear, thanks for the $1.99. Bought an alcoholic ginger beer. He wasn't pleased.
I thought you were about to say alcoholic ginger. That's it.
He did.
Beer.
Yeah, no,
He bought beer for the ginger.
He bought an
Oh, wait.
alcoholic ginger beer.
Oh, I thought he bought beer for the alcoholic ginger. Okay, now I'm getting confused.
Yes.
Which one is it?
Yes. No, you're both right. Just saying it differently. Nobody's wrong here. Ian, thank you.
We were agreeing, but you said it so different that you said like
It sounded like
when
you're
you said
disagreeing.
alcoholic. He bought an alcoholic ginger. Well, now you made it
No, like
sound
a
like you were
ginger,
buying
like a person. You bought a
a piece of
person.
ginger that had alcohol in it.
I don't know now. I'm confusing
Now-
myself.
now
Give
she
me
doesn't
peanut
know
butter
what's
frozen, okay?
Ian, thank you for that 50 pounds. Slightly offended as technician Love Deep refused to service my internet.
You had to pay more to fly him out to Scotland. That was the problem.
Come to Canada.
Andrew Matthews, thank you for being a member for 17 months. Was his first name Ivor? Is it Ivor? How do you pronounce that? Ivor? Probably Ivor.
Probably Ivor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ivor Love Deep.
The reason why I'm
I don't get it.
Or Ivor Rooter. I don't know which one. I don't know which name that joke was for.
Oh, sorry. Okay, maybe I'm ruining it even further now.
Sorry, we ruined your joke. James Busher for 5 pounds. Missed the last couple of episodes. So sorry if you talked about it, but have you caught up with Jujutsu Kaisen season 3? Last episode was crazy good.
Yes. I'm sad that they're doing like multi drops. I don't know. I hate that.
I'm up to. He's in the middle of a fight with a guy that can throw receipts at people.
The receipts guy is so random, but so fun.
Mm-hmm. Dropped an
So
elephant on
weird.
him. I'm at that bit.
There's more things that get dropped. It's so weird. Can you imagine? Actually, at MegaCon, there was someone who cosplayed that. You
Just got a
imagine?
really weird power. It's like you've got to remember every single receipt.
And
where
where
you
it's
placed them.
placed.
You can't get them wet.
Ian's yelling at us. I'm sorry. You've all trampled his joke.
Well, it's just Ivor Love Deep, isn't it? It's
But I don't understand. What are you saying? I'm for. Like I am for. Loved. Okay, no. I'm ruining it even further now.
Yep, we're just gonna shut up now. Psychotic Mongoose, thanks for the 2 pounds for the Love Deep chair fund.
he's gonna get his own chair in the corner like a hotel. It's just
Like
gonna
a
be Love
little
Deep's chair.
Cuck
Yeah.
love deep chair.
Occasionally
a Love
come
Deep
round to watch his
cuck
stream,
chair.
admire his handiwork.
Magnum Norris, thanks for the 5. Lowell, would you think it's beyond Amaranth to fake being ginger? No, exactly. Like,
No!
would
No, I
Bruce
said
said
everything else
yeah,
is fake. I wasn't.
that would be the least shocking, probably.
What is
Actually, I
real
don't
about
think-
her?
I don't think anything would shock me if they're like, well, this not her. Like, if they're like, her elbows are fake. Okay.
Well,
I
half
would
the
not
time,
be shocked.
She actually
Like,
doesn't have arms.
there's so many clips of her crying with her husband. I'm like, are
Oh,
they
yeah,
even
they're they're
together?
Remember the whole controversy about he ties me down and he makes me do these videos that I
It's
just
the
don't
same
want
husband?
to do, and then like it's like
Yes.
3 or 4 years later she's still there.
Still at it. Yep.
Yeah.
Good try,
I don't
Amaranth.
know. He's just making me make millions of dollars.
Random guy for $4.99. Kind of hoping they make a live action adaptation of Megas XLR, a very underrated show.
Never heard
I've
of
never,
it.
never heard of it.
No, mate.
So look into that. Dan Vicious for 2 says, turn up Disprue a little bit.
I'll send Love Deep to him right away.
He's on the case.
Yes.
Let's see. I can turn him up a little bit. Hold on. I'm gonna turn his mic up just a touch. All right.
I can also do that.
Oh well, I just did it a little bit. I think it's
now we're
good.
all loud. I'm gonna
Now we're all
quiet
yelling
all
at
of
you.
us.
Now we're all gonna whisper ASMR stream there, right? Everyone would leave. They would be so mad. Especially like Disparu's mic, because he's got like probably arguably the best mic of us, because so if he was whispering, it probably would just like tickle everyone's brains.
At the moment, well, one of the things about this is it automatically changes the volume anyway. So if I get quiet, it changes it. Saucy.
No, mine doesn't do that.
But it's probably because I've got a thing at the moment where it's not changing the volume of me in my headset. So I'm probably talking quieter than I normally would because I can hear myself really loud. So I could just increase the gain here.
Yeah.
Cool beans.
Cool. All right. I don't know what I want to start with.
Beans.
Let's just start with the Scooby-Doo live action casting. So
I love Scooby-Doo back in the day.
I love Scooby-Doo, and you guys know one of my favorite cosplays is my Velma cosplay. But this, I'm honestly surprised at how good the casting looks for Netflix, especially. You know what I mean? Like, I'm surprised that there's
accuracy in the characters.
Yes, absolutely. And it looks like they're
we
younger.
Got an actual
too.
white cast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who are they changing though? Because if they're not changing any of the dog's not there, is it?
Oh my god, it's actually a cat.
It's gonna be James Gunn's dog.
Oh my god,
it's James Gunn in blackface.
It's just James Gunn.
Yeah.
No.
Justin Trudeau going out for some milk.
No. I got it. It's Sydney Sweeney. We saw her in the dog cosplay.
She was practicing. That was what I was.
Yeah, guys, can you imagine? I think a lot of people would watch Scooby-Doo.
That's what Disparu said in our group chat.
Yes. This is disgusting. She's canonically Indian.
It should have been Mindy Kaling. You're right.
This isn't progress. This is going backwards. Damn it.
But I like the cast. They look age appropriate. I mean, of what we see of the costume, the hair, all that looks correct. You know.
Yeah, to me, that's like they look younger, but at the same time, like the live action that I grew up with was the one with Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yeah,
and they were probably like the 20s or something. I don't know. I think
it was of its time because they were adults playing teenagers.
Yeah, and this is these people are probably like 20. Like, isn't that McKenna Grace that's playing Daphne, right? And I think that's her, right?
I don't know her age.
I think it's the best way to do it. You get people in their early 20s playing teenagers in high school.
Let me see.
Then you don't have any of the filming stuff because child actors can only be on set for a while. Then they're also not in Hollywood.
Oh, she's 19. Okay, so yeah, she's
of age.
She's of age, yeah. All right. So
I like it.
Yeah, I have no complaints. I mean, obviously we got to see a script. Like once in a while we get some good stuff out of Netflix, like One Piece. That's an objectively good show. They have a couple good ones. So just off the casting, the only one I recognize is McKenna Grace, and I've seen her in some stuff, and she's done a pretty good job. The other ones, I have no idea who they are. But right off the bat, the fact that they look the part, that's a plus for me. Not that we need another live action Scooby-Doo, to be fair, but
they're bankrupt with ideas.
Yeah,
they're gonna do that. My question is if it's gonna be a show geared to kids, or because I don't even remember if Scooby-Doo had jokes for adults to watch as well.
Shaggy is all about 420 stuff. The kids are not meant to realize that.
I had no idea at the time.
Really?
Yep, you're right. You're right.
Listen, when you think about it, like
now, of course, but like at the time, you're like, oh, he's just a lazy
always
bum.
Hungry and snacking.
Very hungry, like because I mean, Scooby was too, but again, he's a dog. Dogs will.
My favorite theory was that the dog doesn't actually talk; he's just high, and you're witnessing it from his perspective.
Well, because remember, there's a scene that I remember from the first live action Scooby-Doo where Scooby and Shaggy are like I think they're in the Mystery Mobile, and there's like smoke coming out of the top, and the song Pass the Dutchie from the Left is playing, but then you go in there and they're cooking. So it's like the smoke's coming up because they were cooking. As a kid, totally over my head, but as an adult, I'm like, it's supposed to look like they're, baking up in there. Whatever.
Boxing, I think it's what it's called.
I don't know.
So I imagine with anything like this, it is going to be aimed at kids. Well, I think the way you do it properly would be you would aim it at kids, but it's just a typical family movie. So
Yeah.
it still has. You don't do what Mario did. You still give it a plot and all the other normal kind of stuff, but but you
Jokes for
make
adults
it entertaining for kids with like stuff built on top.
that
The
you
issue
don't
is, I'm not
realize.
sure whether Hollywood has like nuance anymore, whether they can write layered stuff.
There's probably people who can. It's just whether they can pull it off with the amount of crap that's around them. Because you
Yeah.
can write it into the script, but it also depends on the director and the actors and all that to show that.
So I guess we have to get some kind of teaser or something before we can accurately judge it. But this is a step in the right direction, I guess, that the casting.
Yeah. I was about to say something else. Step in the white. No,
What does it come to when Scooby-Doo adaptation is more accurate to the source material than Harry Potter?
Ooh.
That really-
Uh-oh.
Because J.K.
They've given
Rowling
them
was always
ideas.
really possessive over Harry Potter as well. So
But
Scooby-Doo.
okay, but if Scooby was a Chihuahua, how do you cast Scrappy? An even tinier Chihuahua?
a
you do it
teacup
the other way
chihuahua.
around. You get like one of those big mountain dogs.
Oh my god, yeah. Like a Rottweiler.
They've race swapped Scrappy.
That'd be perfect.
Now the chat's coming at Jay. Fred would be wearing Crocs. Oh, if Jay had creative control,
Oh my
probably.
god. Did you
Everyone
see
would.
the Crocs for Toy Story? They are disgusting.
No, I'm still trying to get
Crocs.
somebody to send Jay the Lego Crocs so that he has to at least walk around in them and like film something. Because you see the Lego
You
Crocs.
should just make him Crocs out of Lego and just be like, do it the other way around.
Okay.
Just break his feet.
Wicked. Jay, would you buy this?
Those are like those are not, those would be cute for kids, but that's it.
They're so ugly. I'm sorry.
Somebody buy them for Jay.
I think these are cute for
The Woody
kids,
ones.
but not these ones.
They're
No.
I always these are the shoes that were made for Idiocracy because they thought they were so stupid that no one would ever wear them, and then they took off genuinely. And I know it's always the meme that Idiocracy is a documentary, but I think that Crocs might be the biggest kind of proof of that.
They're failing upwards? Yes.
But it just everything is coming true about that. Even the shoes that people are wearing, like genuinely defending it. It's like, no, now we can have boots.
I love how Jay's just pimping out my PO box.
Send the Lego Croc shoes to Wicked. Size 13.
Jay doesn't have
Wicked's
a PO
feet
box
aren't that
right
big.
For him, that's what I'm saying. He's pimping out my PO box.
Send size 8. I don't know what size you are.
Yeah,
7.
Wicked could probably live inside a size
7.5.
13 shoe.
Yeah.
There you go, 8.
Dumble Bear says, Wicked, can you tell the Universal Spider-Man ride story from your perspective? I don't think X-Ray and Disfruit heard it, so okay. A couple weeks ago, we did the Midday Mixer, the show that we do on Jay's channel on Thursdays from City Walk with Mo. And before I left, I wanted to go on the Spider-Man ride, and we go there. Jay goes with me. Mo couldn't come in.
Why?
And because he didn't have a ticket, like we have passes.
Oh,
and so yeah,
okay,
I just
okay.
wanted to go on the ride before. I was like, I want to go on the Spider-Man ride before I leave.
Okay.
There was a lot of we'll say like mentally handicapped people there that day for some reason. And we're just sitting there and Jay decides to blow this big bubble. And one of the kids just crashes out and is like, chewing gum. And then he's like, and he goes to like his handler and he's all upset. And Jay just decides to keep blowing bubbles and looking at me like this. And I'm like, because I'm trying not to laugh.
Jay, you are an S disturber. Oh my god.
So yeah, the kid's like bugging out. He's probably like a teenager, and then there's this guy behind us who sees the whole thing going down, and he's also laughing. I'm trying not to laugh though, because I don't want to look like I'm laughing at the slow kids while Jay's just like big-eyed blowing bubbles.
To be fair,
at me.
they
I'm
wouldn't
thinking-
realize.
Yeah, but so anyways, yeah, and then we go
One
on
of
the
the benefits
ride.
of it.
And they were going to sit us next to the person that he made crash out, but the people behind us had an empty seat. And I was like, oh, do you mind if we sit here? Like, I like the back. And this was someone that was behind us that seen everything going down. He was like, not at all. And so the person was in front of us. And then like, Jay's like, woo, Spider-Man. So when we got on the ride, because the lady was like trying to tell like them to be quiet. Ladybug says he blends in, and apparently when Jay told the story on Daily, Ryan was like, they probably thought Amanda was your handler, and that you were one of them.
You know what? That makes sense. Wiki, thanks for keeping him in line.
Yeah, I gotta take the chewing gum away from him apparently before we go on rides.
How big were these bubbles? Like,
oh, no, it was like, you know, like Bubblicious, like big bubble gum. Like it wasn't like gum; it was like the big fruity, chewy bubble gum that you can blow big ones with. Yeah.
oh my god, I can't chew those for a very long time. My mouth gets like tired.
Yeah.
Shut up, Disbrew. I don't like chewing gum for more than like a minute or two.
Jawache easily.
No, I do. Oh my god, I do.
It's clearly something you need to practice.
I don't want to practice chewing gum. It doesn't taste good either.
Well, people agree with you in the chat apparently, or they're making fun of you either way.
My mouth gets tired.
Oh no, Ian!
Should I go bone smashing or something? Oh my god, Love Deep and
Love Deep clearly didn't fix everything.
Yeah, you know what?
Good job.
His name is not Long Deep; it's Love Deep.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get this topic out of the way because X-Ray and Disbrew didn't see Michael, but I know if I don't talk about it, chat's gonna be like, excuse me. But it was great. You guys know, I mean, I got my Michael shirt on right now. I got the Thriller album right here. Love me some Michael, and this movie was fantastic. But shockingly, the critics were completely wrong. Color me surprised. So Michael has earned $40 million in its domestic opening day, biggest opening day of all time for a biopic, biggest box office opening day of 2026. Now, I just want, if you want a more in-depth review, go check out Jay's channel because we just did a review on it with Mo and Blaine from Criticless. It was great, hour long. So if you want a more in-depth spoiler review, I won't do that here. I loved it. Like, if you're a Michael fan, you got to go see this in theaters. Like, it was like being at a concert, and it's crazy because Jafar Jackson, that's his nephew who portrayed him, not an actor. He down to a T every move. It wasn't like he was impersonating him. It was like Michael was there. So everyone that's watched it has said like you forget that it's not Michael Jackson. So yeah, it's fantastic. And just like a quick thing here, like look at critic lists. Most excellent, the highest scores. Then you go on Rotten Tomatoes, and the critics gave like 20% because they wanted to see the bad stuff. They wanted the sadness, but this was more of a celebration of his work, to put it just like, you know, sum it up.
John Roach's tweet?
Right here.
Because I don't think actually that that they wanted to see it. I think they just hate Michael Jackson. I think they've decided that he's guilty and so want the movie to fail anyway, and always would have reviewed it badly, even if it covered it. Unless it was essentially a hit piece. I think
well, yeah, exactly. But another thing about Michael is that he went against these people, right? Like he was against the Hollywood people that were actually hurting kids and stuff. Not to get too deep into that during the stream right now, but he spoke out and that he was not liked for that. So of course they don't want someone that's going to speak out against them, right? You got to be aligned with them. He was not. So yeah.
My favorite
reviews
part of
are
all
insane.
this is he thinks he's smart for using cognitive dissonance and doesn't actually describe cognitive dissonance anytime in this tweet.
Yeah, he's just using big words. I didn't see this until you. This was.
Did he actually watch the movie, or
probably
is
not
he one of these people who just hate things just to hate?
I imagine he's seen it.
Because at least, like, you know, when we watch things we don't like, at least we watched them. We gave it a chance. We gave it a try. There are things I've changed my mind on, you know, so because I gave it a chance at the very least. But if you're just coming from a place where you just don't like a person because of one thing that you read, you didn't. I bet this person wasn't even alive whilst Michael was at his height. He just heard one thing only, and wanted this movie to do bad. Even if this was about the like a takedown of Michael, I don't think he would have seen it anyway.
No, probably not. And that's where it's like, why even review it if you didn't look at it at all?
Well, it's less about that and more about just this has turned into essentially a war between the audience and the critics, and they don't like that people are pointing at the critics and laughing at them for not only missing. It seems to go beyond just missing the general tone of the audience to they're more like, well, you can see this thing. It's more like you don't understand why the critics reviewed this badly. Like,
Yeah.
they have the correct opinion because they judge the movie on more things than just the quality of it, whereas you miss it. And that's why,
Well-
because you could look past accusations, that means that you can't accurately judge the movie properly, and we know better than you.
I'm sorry, movie critics. According to Grace Randolph, because you're a movie critic and you go to a premiere and they're like, oh, unless I review this positively, I won't go to movie premieres anymore. So I have to review this positively. So there you go. Your integrity is out the window. So do I trust a movie critic anymore? No, because your vote is bought.
The interesting thing about that is they did review these movies badly. I am sure that would be their immediate defense, but they use movies like this as the safe things to dislike. There's always been safe, like so all the
Just like the
Sony
gaming
Marvel movies, they were the safe Marvel movies to dislike. They would Captain Marvel would get the top marks, but then a Sony thing would come out and they would absolutely despise it because
it's not Marvel, Disney, Marvel.
Yes, they wouldn't piss off anyone big and important in the industry.
Yeah.
And so with this, this is still actually the safe, official, normalized response that liking Marvel movies would have been. That they will use this as like, we're being radical, when actually they're doing exactly the same thing, just now it's cool and safe and pro in the industry to dislike it.
Yeah, and E. Martin, you make a good point, because he does say, like, Michael was like, he's like, I don't make my music for white people or black people, I make it for everyone. And they didn't like that he wasn't a part of the divide. Like, he was like, nah, it's for everyone. Like, I'm not this side or that side. Like, you know, that was another thing that they did not like about Michael. And I'm not going to get too into like everything, but you know, there's been so much that's come out that has proven the allegations were false. People were just trying to make money. One glaring example is like Macaulay Culkin to this day stands firm and like nothing happened. And he looks at it like these people, like you can tell when he talks about it that it's like it's people that were just trying to get money. Their parents made the kids lie and whatever. Like I said, it's been debunked. I'm not going to get into it now. That would be a whole nother stream. But that's not even the big reason why people are hating on this. It's we're seeing a pattern here, like with movies like this, like Mario, Five Nights at Freddy's, whether you like those or not. When movies are made for the fans, the critics seem to hate them. And that's what movies should be made for. If you're making a movie based on something that's beloved, whether it be a person or a video game, TV show, comic, anything like that, if you stick to the story properly, the fans are going to love it. And for some reason, the critics hate that, and it's so stupid. And that's why there's this critic versus people war, and then there's like people like this saying like, oh, people are just upvoting this or loving this because the critics hate it. No, I'll tell you, in my theater, and I've heard this from multiple people that were in different theaters, people were cheering, standing ovations, clapping at the end of this, and I haven't seen that in years.
I mean, I saw videos of people like dancing.
That too, like people like, and you know, normally I would say that might bother me, but this was a whole like vibe. This was a celebration. That's why I said, if you're a big fan of Michael, you got to go see this in theaters. I'm going to go see it again just for the music. It was a wonderful experience. And I actually like being there for a full theater. I had more of like a chill theater. Like you'd hear gasps, little cheers, but nobody was like being up and being too like rambunctious during it. But if someone got up and started dancing, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, live your best life, man. This is what this is for. Like, this is what Michael was known for. This was a celebration of like high points in the beginning of his career. It ends at the Bad album, which was before, you know, he even started getting like super late when he had to start dyeing his skin because of his condition and stuff. So this was like the first half of his career, like not even getting into a lot. Like there was so much. That's why people were like, is there going to be a part 2? I would like to see, part of me would like to see a part 2, but because this ended so great and they didn't like dive deep into the bad stuff, it's like, let's just leave it here at the
it
celebration.
depends on the estate, I guess.
Yeah,
if they want to even get into that.
Yeah.
Because that is opening a pretty big can of worms. And how are they going to portray it?
The third act of this movie was supposed to get into the allegations and everything, but because of the court orders and just all of that mess that happened, like they had to pull back. Like they weren't allowed to because of the accusers and stuff. It got messy. So I think that was a smart move to just pull out from that. So, but overall, I just thought this was a fantastic movie. And if you're a Michael fan, I'd go see it in theaters. You're not gonna be sorry.
The issue is, if they did the second half, they would have to pick a side,
Yeah,
Exactly,
And
and-
I don't know how they would tell that story,
Like I
unfortunately.
said, because especially since like so much has come out over the years proving the allegations false and everything. Like a lot of that has come
Well,
out, like
that's
just so
the
much
thing, but-
evidence. It'll be like the people that still believe it are like, well, you're being biased because you're his family, and like you know what I mean. So I think that just completely not even touching that is probably the best go.
But with the movie, again, it's a question of target audience. The target audience for this movie is people that like Michael Jackson, not the ones
Yeah.
that hate him. And so you would have to come down on that side anyway, just from it's not a documentary, right? It's a piece of entertainment. And so if you're
Yeah.
making something for fans of Michael Jackson, obviously not going to think he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
But
Leave it to a documentary to do this sort of stuff.
And
I
they
think
did.
it's better.
There's been multiple, and there's even like one complaint, which was like a mild complaint of this, was that they didn't dive deep enough into his personal life. But there was a mini series that came out in '92 called Jackson's The American Dream, and he was heavily involved in that. And it goes from like the Jackson 5 when he was young all the way, up until at that point the '90s. It's very long. That's good too. So there's been so much that's come out, and there's so much footage of him that you could just look up yourself on YouTube and everything. So that's why I
Yeah.
think this was fine. It was a celebration of his life, and I agree with that. I think it was something that was needed, especially for people that are fans of him. Just go to the theater, have fun, good music, great visuals.
And I mean, he is actually an iconic idol. Like so many people, he developed dance moves and he changed pop music. So you have, of course, the demographic that is older, that grew up with his stuff and what was it from Jackson 5 and whatnot. But then like myself, I started listening to him because of dance. And I think you still hear his music.
Yeah, oh yeah,
He had like
there's never
video
gonna-
games made about him and stuff. Like
yeah.
Taylor
true.
Swift doesn't do that. She just goes around and sings. But
The
her,
thing
like Taylor
lo-
Swift is incredibly popular, but her niche seems to be very still self-contained.
Yeah.
And I never really hear about her. It's like if you're interested in her, maybe because she's all over the place, she's super popular, but she hasn't really affected more than just selling out her songs and stuff. Whereas, yeah, Michael Jackson is always mentioned everywhere and did like affect wider culture.
He's like, yeah. I don't know if there's a male or a female equivalent. I guess maybe Madonna, but I think Michael was way bigger than Madonna.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's just been around longer.
I don't think
The-
there's anyone that will ever touch him, but there's certain people like I know not everyone likes Britney. I said this, but Britney Spears in her time was a powerhouse, and love her or hate her, she could entertain, and she was very big. She was nowhere. Nobody is gonna ever touch Michael Jackson. I don't think he was a one of a kind. But
Well, like
there-
Michael is an entertainer. He's a good singer and he can
great.
dance. Sorry, Brittany, you can't sing that well.
Oh no, she can't sing that well. She can dance. That's what I mean. Like she can't. But the thing is that she was an icon in her time, right? Like she was so big and she could put on a show. Like I said, no one's touching Michael. Like he was in his own class. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit because I know you guys didn't see it, but I wanted to just cover it a little bit because I know a lot of people did. And if I didn't, people would be like, hey, what happened? And if you want a more in-depth review, go check out Jay's channel. We did a stream earlier.
What your point about like one of the reasons the critics can't like it is it's not just the scandals, it's because it is popular. And there's always been a thing with critics, same with art critics, food critics. They don't like anything that's popular because it doesn't make them feel special. And they like to feel like they've got a special certain taste. There was another critic talking about Michael, that they really hate how now things are all about the mainstream. And if you disagree with the mainstream,
It's Maine for a reason, dum dum.
well, yeah, but if you disagree with the mainstream, you're treated as lesser when they want it to be the other way around. Because that's the way critics have always been. There was a guy saying we need to bring back snobbery to entertainment reviews.
This sounds like some you got bullied back in the day, so you're trying to bully other people to feel superior now.
It's actually always been like this. So high class food isn't necessarily nicer. It's just weird. It's anything that the poors don't have because they're exclusive. And anyone can like a good movie, but it takes a real artist to like a bad one. This is why all art movies are trash. If anyone describes anything
This
as
is like
arty,
modern
it
art.
means it's
Oh my
awful.
god.
Weren't people trying to say that about The Bride? It's artsy.
Yes, it's an arty movie. Yeah, art
Sure.
movie means awful. It always does. And they'll be like, "No, you just can't appreciate it." But if you're a true critic, you'd love it. And this is one of the things that Grace Randolph has
Elitism.
struggled with when she was on about now influencers are being invited to events, and so it's making the critics feel less special because then they're no
guess
longer
what?
the unique special
Influence-
snowflakes.
Influencers have more power than critics these days. They
do.
Literally, for what they are worth, influencers can move product depending on their niche.
Absolutely.
Well, that's
Think
why
of-
they're being invited to these things.
Sorry,
The-
critics.
The critics used to get wine, dine, special access, could speak to all the celebrities and everything. And because they had special access, people went to them first. And so it didn't matter what kind of they put out because they're the only source of information that everyone else needs to go to for it. And so they had special treatment, and it makes them feel unique. And
Like, remember
valued.
everyone's crash out over when you were able to pay for a check mark on Twitter?
Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh, I had to be in an article in order to get blah 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 blah.
It wasn't just that. You had to be in an article and extremely left wing. And so
Oh, yeah.
the tick mark wasn't simply I am somebody. It's I am somebody and I believe in all the correct values, which is why they really liked it, because then it was a filter of I know you're safe. It was the same with pronouns. A lot of the stuff with pronouns was never actually about the person. It was about walking into a room and every single person in that room, you could tell whether they agreed with you, whether they were part of the tribe.
Oh my god.
Because they would all ask about it.
But then you get that stupid, what was it in Alberta? The thing that happened where what party was it? NDP. Oh my god. Gundam did a video on it, and just hearing how people, oh, I have way more DEI points. I should talk before this person. Wait, what?
Oh, the one with the cards.
Yes.
Oh, that was amazing. So
that hurt to watch.
But that event was way worse than any of the clips that you may have seen on Twitter actually suggested. Because they only actually had gender equity cards, which basically means if you're a woman or identify as one, you can hold it up, and that means the women go to the front of the queue and the men have to stand at the back.
Yeah, but if
thing
you
is-
actually had different backgrounds and cultures, if you were gay, you got to
no, well, this was
supersede
their
them.
problem, right? So
That's
it was
so
only for
stupid.
gender. They were the only things officially at that event. But
that what it
then
was
people were
called?
like,
Proof of
well,
point of privilege
I
cards,
don't
yes.
have that, but I am disabled, or I don't have that and I'm black. So what they did, they left the event and started printing out their own cards. So people started showing up at this thing, and it's like, well, this is my racial equity card.
I'm a woman card. Let me
Well, no,
in.
the I am a woman card was official, but all the rest of like the intersection, because people were like, well, how do I get in front of that woman? Well, I'm disabled, black, and a woman, therefore I should go in front. So then they'd have like 3 cards, and the people at the front of the crowd are like, I don't even know what they are. Like, why? Well, actually, this one holds importance, and so it literally became them eating their own and competing on.
It
their
was
own rules.
Oh, they do
really,
that.
really funny. I'm a mongoose card. I don't think it would have worked out very well for you, mongoose.
This brew needs a I'm a squirrel card.
I just love the idea that immediately their system broke down because people were like, well, I'm a bigger victim than that person. And so they printed their own victimization card.
Wonder
Like,
if I can find a clip.
All of your N-word passes and everything is essentially what they were printing out in the event.
This is too much. Gender reverse card. Oh my god, chat. Okay. Well, she's looking for. Did you find it?
I have here. This is the one of the very beginning of the clip. So it's a Gundam Canada's NDP
Oh no, that was
event.
the previous year. So that's a
There was
different
an-
event. I'll try and find the other one. I'm sure I've got it bookmarked.
Oh, apparently you couldn't clap.
When there's so many people moving around, it's very difficult to count.
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Can you imagine being told that? Like, wait, what?
We need to get Disbrew the I'm British card, and he just holds it up during every stream when he wants to speak and cut people off. Just yeah, sorry, I'm more important. I'm British.
You're in the Disper queue now.
Welcome to the Disbrew queue, everybody.
So
there was definitely a lot
Imagine
more
being
stuff.
That is
So
so like.
this was the like the most recent event. That one was the Socialist Workers'
Oh.
Party or something from the previous one.
this lady.
This is the NDP one.
Point. Let's hear the point on microphone 1.
I'm sorry, just real quick, point of personal privilege. I understand there's very little time and
Yeah,
Look-
if you that's someone that ate you.
We've already started. Just real quick. This goes on for 1:32, but I understand we don't have much time. Now I'm going to make it all about me for no reason.
for delegates
Just like
to
a
speak,
woman.
But early on the mic,
Well, I mean, that just means he's in character.
it's hard as a racialized and transgender delegate to sometimes use this card and speak up, speak to
By the way, that card doesn't exist. That's a card he's printed himself in order to be here.
I need
Like,
to
I've
feel
got the
extra
one.
special,
Like,
so I made a yellow card for my yellowness.
Yeah, there's like purple cards. None of these cards existed. That's my favorite part.
somebody in front of me in line and ask, hey, this pertains to multiple intersecting parts of my lived experience. I'd like to speak. I was rejected when I talked. And
Incredibly based. That walks up to you. I'm sorry, but I've got multiple intersecting parts of my
I'm
identity.
sorry, but
and
I'm
you just
more
ignore
important.
them. I'm sorry, sir. Can you get to the back of the queue, please?
I have more
And
points than
it's
you.
I've got multiple cards that I've
I'm more of a victim
handwritten
than
at
you.
the back.
Yeah.
Me first.
frustrating when these are my rights being directly under attack right now in Alberta,
Based.
and that a cisgender woman had spoken over me. And I understand her rights are important too.
Can we just appreciate what is happening here? This is a man going, I'm sorry, but I'm disgusted. A woman spoke in front of me, and she needs to get to the back of the queue. Like, this might be one of the most base speeches of all time.
And she's
pertains
just
to-
complaining about, oh, why am I not in front of all these other people? What
Yes.
the heck?
Why am I not in front of these women? I mean, I could have made this same speech.
Disprove, please. And you know what? You're not trying hard enough, because if you wore a beard, then maybe I would believe you. You know, I really hate when like trans people do that and they still have a full grown beard. Like, wait, what? Stop. Come on, try harder.
Just be like, I'm sorry, but you're too fat to be oppressed in this. No one can tell.
To her too, but I don't know. I hope that in the future the federal NDP will also have a broader interpretation of the equity cards for speakers.
Yeah, because there was no equity. You've just printed off your own equity card and then gone, but hopefully in the future you'll have mine.
That's all. Thank you.
This
I
is
will
my
invite
equity card because you didn't include me.
Also, by the way, very mid-century German haircut here.
I was just gonna say that's blonde.
Yes. No,
Is there a
unironic,
side
yes.
shade? Is there a side shave?
It is side shaved on both sides. Yes.
Oh God.
I think she has a go at him.
A straight.
Oh yeah. Oh no, this is amazing. She gets offended by saying the word straight just in a different context.
Invite delegates to assist me in better using the card by forming a straight line behind the
Ew.
microphone.
It's a shape, okay? It's not
Not a
supposed to be
straight line.
sexual. No, form a curved line, okay?
Yes, you must have a wavy line at all times.
Because straight people offend me.
Form
Could we have a corkscrew
direct
line, please?
Oh my god! You know what would be
the
great to just go in there and be like, so hi, I'm a woman. I'm really important. I have to talk. I just want you guys to know there's only 2 genders, and then just run away. Be like, no! Everyone would just start crying and throwing up.
The best thing, if they like chased you, you'd just be like, I'm a man, and then they'd all be like, okay, no, we
Oh,
accept
whoa,
it."
sorry.
Prominently displayed equity card. If I see speakers ahead of you who are not holding a card prominently, it would be wrong of me to guess about their gender identity, and I will come.
That means that I could go in there, hold one of these cards up, and she would not be allowed to say that I was wrong.
It's hard to base it on looks because you didn't try hard enough, apparently, to
You
be able
can't
to
ask.
tell.
Like, they just assume that no one's going to exploit the system because everyone already is.
To
Yeah.
you. This applies so far according to your rules for gender identities other than a dude, but it is open to us to change our rules as we like as we move forward into the bright and golden future. Thank you, friends. Let's hear the balloting co-chairs.
Yes.
They
realized
waste
had to
so
change the
much
rules because
time.
we were all changing them.
You could talk about so much if you didn't waste time talking about all the different rules of this equity, blah 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 blah.
No,
Yeah.
that is the entire point, though. Like, without equality is their foundational value. And so yes, it just destroys everything because
Just
it's
so
essentially a lie.
boring.
What they're finding out in real time is that equality is a lie and it doesn't work. Because they're going, we want equality, and everyone goes, but I'm more oppressed than that person. I should have more.
The
And then because everyone's
equality
debating
hierarchy.
which one should be given more free stuff, they never get anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait until we're actually in a survivalist kind of situation. Hopefully, we're never. We'll see what goes out the window.
Oh, we know who's going first if that happens. All that entire room, they're done. They're done for.
Mhm.
Justin Martin's for 5. I'm not skipping, but this goes with what we were talking about. Whose diversity card goes first between you 3? Well, I'm a woman and I'm American, so obviously me, I'm more important.
It'd be disparate because he's an oppressed British lesbian.
I'm the
You know,
only
I totally
diverse
forgot about
person
that.
here.
How
Those two
how
are
rude
even
of
from
me.
the same continent. Like, it's just, they're all the same over there. I am the most diverse person on the panel. Yes. Daka.
Chat, who do you think? Would it be Wicked, myself, or Disbro? Who's the most oppressed?
Should I
I
make
can
a
just
poll?
keep making
Hold
things
on.
up.
I'm gonna make a poll. Give me a second here, and then we'll catch up on supers. Okay.
Yeah. I'm in a failed nation. Well, Brits aren't doing that great either. And I you
Well,
know,
yes,
I'm not-
although
I don't know.
We've just our law that was supposed to be implementing MAID has timed out, so we're at least not following that. It was very funny seeing that time out, and then there was a load of posts on Twitter being like, "No, but I think maybe we should murder old people." It was like, "Oh, you really want to take that stance after it's over, do you?"
Okay, there we go.
I think I'm quite oppressed because I get blamed for every car accident.
Oh, I have a meme for that.
It's true.
Oh,
Hokies.
wait. I mean, I was going to show you this. So this is, I swear,
Oh, we
guys,
don't have the same. No, we don't have the same.
this is not me.
Are you sure, guys?
Oh,
Never
I
mind.
That's
saw
me.
this.
That's
Yeah.
me.
Mm.
So apparently, this woman was
Oh, that's
driving
when
this
you picked me
huge
up. You
Jeep
picked me up then. She's coming to get me.
and didn't see the Lamborghini.
Literally could not see over the hood of her own car. And that took a lot of work to use the American terminology there.
Can you imagine? That insurance is going to be
The
hell.
thing is, that car doesn't even seem particularly low. If you can't see that because you're so tiny in such a big truck, I'm surprised she hasn't crashed into more stuff.
Yeah. Anyways, she doesn't look like a person who should be lifting her truck up,
No.
to be honest.
Like,
Like
even if that wasn't lifted, I don't think she could see over the bonnet of that anyway.
Mm-hmm. But she wasn't like a tiny human being either. Where is she? Yeah, she looks like an average height person.
Have you seen the like it's like reels going around? It's like when you're someone's trying to rob you, but you're a girl driver, and like people are doing like spoofs of it and just like driving and like because these guys pull over in a car and like the car just kept going and you can't see who's actually in the car, but people are doing spoofs where they're just like, oh, whoops, like dropped my lipstick and then they hit the person that tried to rob them, keep going like, what was that? Like the girls, they're just like listening to their music, like yay.
So before, you used to just have men and women in the race, but now women have come behind a second class of parking.
Donkeys? They see me rolling. They
I mean, look at this.
Beautiful park.
Whoa!
Wow, look at that.
That is
Oh, that's
reverse
impressive.
parking into the.
Women are behind asses.
A horse's ass.
That's not a horse, that's a donkey.
yeah.
A donkey's ass.
No, donkeys are asses.
Well, got two of them then. Multi-talented.
Double whammy.
It's over, ladies. Just pack it up, go home.
Yep, it's fine. Now I'm gonna have a donkey driver. Totally fine.
Can you
I'll
imagine
be
a
the
donkey
passenger
picks you
princess.
up?
It's almost like a fairy tale. A little carriage, you
I
know.
don't know about
I
fairy
remember
tale.
in college, me and the guy I was sitting next to spent an entire lesson discussing how dolphins could actually teach the class with monkey helpers in the ceiling correcting everyone's work.
You
It
had
was
a
a
long
really complex
conversation,
and
huh?
very autistic conversation about the weight and lever and pulley system that would be required for all of them, with monkeys living in. Do you know, like all schools have like the fake dropped roof with the squares, like abseiling down to correct work and stuff. That was my school.
We have such strange conversations, but I'm sure
I
I
met
probably.
a lot of strange people in school.
That's true. Well,
Listen,
you are
sometimes
in
the
the
thing
UK.
You also
Autistic
have to like
conversations are
ask
the
yourself, how
best.
many strange people do you need to meet before you like, maybe you were the strange person and you just attracted each other? You know,
Yeah.
it's like everyone couldn't have been strange, right? But
You're the common denominator. If
exactly. Yeah.
Oh.
It's like maybe I got on with the strange people for a reason.
What's better, strange or being a woo girl? I don't know.
What's a woo girl?
The girls like it's gonna go woo.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Oh, I even have a meme for that.
Is it one
No,
of your Star Trek
unironically,
memes?
I've never
We
seen
are
this.
too. We are too.
This
We
is
never
like one
know
of the
really.
strangest. I've seen the animal. I've never heard it make the noise.
The woo?
A
Oh,
marmot screaming.
oh, they're crazy. I think only dogs can hear this.
It sounds like someone needs to change the battery in their smoke alarm.
Rip to anybody wearing headphones on full.
I am wearing
volume.
headphones.
No, I know, but anyone watching that wasn't ready for that. Okay. Let me get a couple supers and then we'll move on. Saw, thank you for the 5. Oh, I actually have to move up more, but I'll catch up. Sorry. I thought I was all the way up. Hi, beautiful, wicked, and the sweetheart, extra girl, and the amazing disbrew. I thought I had a friend from Japan. Turns out it was just my imagination.
Oh my god.
Sorry,
I think that
sorry.
actually hurt
Now I'm going back in
Disbrew.
order.
That actually hurt Disbrew.
Well, it was all, because I liked it, but it was also awful, and I was like, I even felt a sense of shame for liking it. It was that awful.
Magnum Norse, thank you for the 5. Do you think Amaranth home invasion was real? She probably hired them like SPLC.
That was
No,
real
that's
because
real.
she phoned the police.
That's real.
Okay.
They did in the investigation and whatnot. So I highly doubt she would. You can't fake that.
Well, you
That's real
could fake that, but if you faked
Well,
it, you wouldn't call
no.
the police.
No. I mean, like you can't fake the police reports and all that stuff. Like the official stuff.
And
I forgot.
It's a growing thing now because, unlike cash and banks and everything, crypto can't really be tracked. And so if you do, because she said how much she had. That was a really stupid thing. You do
Yeah.
just make yourself a target because it was a case of someone said everything in the future will go towards like biometrics. So you won't have a key. You'll have your eyeballs that will open up your house. And someone said, I would much rather someone mug me for a key than take my eyeball. And that's what crypto
Yeah.
is. It's like, yeah, they just know that if they do enough to you, you will say the passcode. It's a weird world if it goes that way.
Yeah, that's true. Dumb old bear, thank you for the $4.99. I bought some lamb chops. On the packet it said reared in Wales. Sorry, I had to like let that one reared in Wales. I thought that was just a racist stereotype.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say. Why do all Welshmen have button-up flies? It's because a sheep can hear a zipper a mile off.
I knew he was gonna
my
go
God.
with the sheep. I knew it. I knew where that was going.
It's a case of what do you think the most committed crime is in Wales?
Does it have
No
to do with
idea.
sheep?
It's ram raiding. Second highest. I probably can't say the second one actually.
Type it in chat. Type it
Google
in
it.
chat.
Type
No,
it in our
private chat,
private
private
chat.
chat.
Well, it kind of also kind
like,
of
I
doesn't work
must
in text
know.
form, so you'll have to work out why I can't say it.
Okay. Well, while he's doing that, Down Under Daz, thank you for the Australian 5. Greetings all. A new K-drama just dropped. If Wishes Could Kill Him, if Wishes Could Kill, I'm only 2 episodes in and it's really good so far. I gotta look at the private chat. Give me a second.
Oh no! Oh, yeah, you can't say that.
You can't say that.
I can only say the word minors
But like
and
with
how
an
that
E.
can have multiple connotations.
With an E, not an O.
With an E, yeah. Look, Wales was a massive like coal mining country. Loads of coal mining going on. But you can do stuff.
And then you do stuff. I thought there was more happening there.
No, I realized I couldn't even say what I was about to say.
You know what? I actually do think Disbrew is more oppressed because of some of the things that he can't say.
Oh no, no, it's you. I'm trying to avoid YouTube, not my government.
Or both.
James, thank you for the £2. Netflix had an aneurysm casting an all-white cast. Yeah, probably.
But the weird thing
like
is,
shaky handshake. It's like, will you give us the money? Yes.
their Asian entertainment is all Asians. I mean, they're racists already. I'm just saying.
It's true. They do
about it.
give all their best television to Koreans.
Mm-hmm.
Poseidon for 5. I wear a size 14 or 15 shoes, depending on the brand. This is what we were
Those
talking about.
shoes don't even exist. You have to like special order them.
No, I think they do.
Size
I buy
14 or
12 and a
15.
half, and
Well, they're not in stores typically, though. I mean, you have to like.
they are for men. I buy 12 and a half, and it goes up a couple of sizes beyond that, so that would be like 15. Yeah, you could definitely get 14s. I'm 15 is probably about where it maxes out, but I'm not at the top at 12 and a half.
Oh,
I think it's even on like Amazon. I can check.
Fill my Kraken for $4.99. Michael's. I had to say.
I like how you overpronounciated that. As
I do
well.
it even more so on purpose during Saucy because I can just prove every time.
Yeah, because normally it's like film a Kraken. You're like fill my Kraken.
Michael is a perfect example of actually being a victim and overcoming it and not weaponizing it. Exactly. Also, congrats to X-Ray and Love Deep.
Thank you.
She just thanks.
I'm just accepting it.
Yeah.
You started it.
That's true.
Thank you for the £50. In terms of critics being nonsense, do you know that the Michelin star started because Michelin wanted to sell more tires in the early 1900s? So they invented a restaurant guide to try and make people drive more, thus wearing through more tires. Is that for real?
I really hope that's true, because if it is, it's genius.
Yeah.
But it's
I
like
must
you hear,
Google this now.
you hear various things like that. So there's always the shampoo one. It's like the shampoo people wanted a way to like double their sales without spending any more on marketing or product. And so they just added one line onto the back of the packaging that said repeat.
Chat's saying it's true, so I believe it. I believe anything.
Always
Ian
believe
says.
chat.
I always believe Ian. I don't need Google.
So I did look up the shoes, by the way, and on Amazon. So like Solomon hiking shoes and stuff go up to 13.5, which is just under 14. where the
Just under.
message
He said
was.
14, 15. So
It's like, that's why I said, I don't know. I don't see those shoe sizes ever.
that's double my shoe size.
you could live in those shoes.
I
You just put
could.
like a campfire in.
Contra Wars, the Canadian 5. NDP abandoned the labor and working class for this frivolous freaking nonsense. Canada is cooked.
NDP barely usually makes it into any type of seat, so I'm not that worried.
This happens for any kind of working class movement because it was never working class in the first place. What it tends to be is they just need some kind of victim group in order to go, I want your power so I can exploit it to other people. And it's nearly always like some member of the elite which just wants more power. And like, no, if you trust me, then I'll do everything for you. They never do. They're just turning against their own people and they're using you to do it. And then obviously everyone else, they also want to exploit this kind of thing. And so eventually it rebels against everything. We had the same thing over here with Labour. Supposedly working class. Never been working class, really.
Yeah, I don't know. Cajun Corey for 5. 2 chemists go into a restaurant. The first one says, I think I'll have H2O. The second one says, I think I'll have H2O too. And he died.
H20.
Oh, H20.
Wait, no, they're both
Am
the
I reading
same.
it wrong?
H2O.
Yeah,
No,
water.
written down, it's exactly the same. I was like, oh, no, okay, no, it's H2O2. So it's 2 oxygen atoms.
With
Which
the
is,
2 hydrogen.
I love
What
how this is
that?
turning into like actual like smart talk now.
Well,
Like,
no, what it
okay,
is,
so-
it's science. No, H2O2 is,
It is hydrogen peroxide.
yeah, hydrogen dioxide. Yeah, it's poisonous.
Oh, well, dioxide is the structural name, but commonly known. Oh, no, it's dihydrogen dioxide. It's
No.
been so long.
Oh yeah,
'Cause I thought
'cause
about
it's H2. Yeah,
chemistry
H2O.
and stoichiometry.
It's just weird when you have to reverse engineer it from text, and the joke is meant to be said out loud. Is the problem? It's like ram raiding.
Ian for 50 pounds. I need closure on where Disparew's college mate ended up today. I want to know how inside his spectrum he ended.
I have no idea. There's a few people from college where I wonder where they ended up. So the smartest person I ever met wasn't even that guy. I met someone more autistic, and this is legitimately the first words I ever heard from this guy. I sat down in a history lesson, and you know how like school always worked. Your friends were basically the people that you sat next to at the start of the year by sheer coincidence. That's just the way it worked.
Yeah, it's proximity for sure.
And so I sat down, and I don't know whether he did this to everybody, but I can't imagine it worked out that well. But I was like, this is amazing. The first question he ever asked me was, so then, necrophilia, bestiality, or incest, which do you prefer? And I'm like, this
Oh my god!
That literally the first words out of his mouth of all time.
Like,
And
well, this is going to be an interesting year.
the thing is, like, that guy is the smartest person that I have ever met. He was the I have a really high IQ and I'm autistic, like, genius kind of level. And so
See, that is a
you
really
had to be.
big moral ethical debate.
Well,
What?
I think my immediate response was cheeky little mix of all three. You know, it was those kind of days. It's British humor. It's you can say anything in the
Cheeky
90s.
little bit.
Frankie Boyle was on the TV. Everything is on par, kind of thing. It was a different time. But no, that guy. I think it's even said like, "What do you want to?"
Yep, someone
it was
gets
kind
the
of like,
same
"What
joke.
career do you want to be in?" And I can't remember what I said. And then he was like, "No, that's for the peasantry," because he had a really posh accent as well. I came from a private school, and I think it was like, "No, I would never do that. That's beneath me. I would much prefer to be an ambassador." I'm like, "Oh God."
Oh my god.
So I have no idea where he ended up, but I'm sure he's done very well for himself. Put it that way.
British humor
Yeah.
is very dark. And they
Yes.
never laugh at their own jokes.
We
Just
like
everyone-
deadpan
Disparu does.
delivery.
No, Disparu laughs at his jokes all the time.
I do laugh at my own jokes.
He always
but
does. That's
Deadpan
what he
delivery
does.
is part of Brit. So one of my favorite comedians was always Jack D, and Jack D would come across as, in fact, it's the way his comedy developed. He started up at stand up like a normal stand up, and he failed. And so on his last gig, he was so depressed he was quitting being a stand up comedian. He just kind of told everyone what he thought of him. It was kind of very similar to It's a Gundam, actually. Just told the truth about how dark everything is and how he was so miserable at the world, and people started laughing. And so for the rest of his career, he was just the miserable, depressed guy that hated everything, and he was awesome. That's British comedy. American comedy is so hyper, and they're like, "No, I want to be the best person in the room."
It's like
British comedy wants to be
slapstick.
the worst comedy and like the worst person in the room. That's where they find the humor.
We want to make you uncomfortable, okay?
Well, it's a case. I can't remember what it was from. There was someone did a reference to a TV show, but it was someone going down, and it was like you had the hero, the best person, like the stoic, masculine man was walking down the stairs, and the other one was like the down and out bum that was singing for his supper on the street. And it was like, Americans want to be the hero, the Brits want to be the hobo. And it was like the difference between the two.
I could see that. I could
It's
see
true.
Is
that.
it true?
Disparu.
Called air bits? No.
Where did
Well,
you get this
Jay
from,
just
Jay?
made
No,
that up
there
and
is
he's gonna make it
there is a
fact.
difference. There is a difference in class. So America doesn't really have a class system. The UK does. There is a difference in the class of what farts would be called. So farts would be a very common terminology, whereas if you're posh, they call it shooting bunnies. Because
Really?
it sounds like a shot. It sounds like a gun, like a hunting gun.
That's so strange.
Oh, oops! I shot a bunny.
I never shoot bunnies. I'm a girl.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Only candy flask.
All
Sugar
right.
and spice
What?
and all things nice.
What do I
Might
want?
be the greatest lie ever told to all of history.
We're about to let Disbrew go off, chat, so be ready.
Look, I mean, Sandeep already decided that. Sandeep? Love Deep. Sorry.
Love deep.
I went too stereotypical with that one.
So how excited are you that the show that you have been and the most anticipated show for you of the year, whatever,
Well,
is coming back?
it's
Or it's
only
gonna
because
actually
I want to know
premiere.
if I'm right. Because so
Yeah.
far, the only person that I've seen with this reading of what it's going to be is me. And I'm like, it's in the trailer, but nobody else talks about it. And it is the fact that she seems to be shagging the guy she's trying to infiltrate. So
That's
in a
all
way,
that you want to
he's-
know.
So
Yeah.
she, if
In a way,
she's
I think this is going to be
infiltrating,
50 Shades of Grey, but for
getting
right-wing
infiltrated.
extremism. That's what I think it's going to be. It's like, essentially, I think she's going to be trying to infiltrate him, and he's infiltrating her, is essentially the show.
I mean, I didn't look that deep into the trailer, to be honest, but I can
could
see.
tell.
Oh, Disbrew sure did.
Oh,
I can
I will. No, look,
Yeah, please find
it
the
wasn't
clip.
me looking into the trailer. He was deep into her.
I can see her, and this is the crazy part is we have been portraying. I say we, but like the collective we have been portraying females as, you know, we come in, we punch things, we can be like men too. But she is literally using her womanly skills to take a man down,
Brilliant.
and the world has healed.
Cinema.
There was
We're
definitely
healed.
going down involved.
Peace and love everywhere. So, we have to decide. So I didn't know because I've never watched an Apple TV, but it's going to be released. You said over probably like a month, 2 months time, Disbrew, right? That's how they do it with Apple. So when the Savant finally airs, I know Vera wants to come on so her and Disbrew can yell together, laugh together, cry together. All I'm just kidding, but she's gonna come on, and maybe the first, maybe the last episode. We'll figure that out because she invited herself, which is totally fine. She wants to come on and talk about it. Hold on, Disbrew found the clip. Hold on.
What this is it flashes very briefly in the trailer.
Oh.
But remember, at this point in the trailer, what we've had is it introduces her family, and they go, "Oh, we're going on a holiday. We're not going to work. This is a no-work weekend, Mom." There's her husband, and if in any of the interviews she's like, "It is a very diverse family with interracial children." Like, this is her
She
entire
had to
point of it.
highlight it.
And then she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but this guy is so boring that I have to go online and cheat on him with all these other men." This is the famous meme template. It's sort of... My favorite thing actually was the Friday Night Tights thumbnail, because it was this picture with the normal Friday Night Tights thing. It was just, but they're not even wearing tights. I'm very confused. So she goes through and she meets all the kind of people, and then you get to around here, and it's somewhere in here where, yeah, that'll do. And this is the thing. It is, you have to remember, this is Master Chief. This is the guy that was in Halo as the perfect specimen of soldier. So it is literally the story of, well, if I have to shag this muscle-bound hunk with a six-pack to save the world, then that's a price I'm willing to pay. It's like, yes, I know he is right-wing and horrible and everything else, but I will ride those bones if I need to. And I think it's going to end up like, you know how with 50 Shades of Grey, they go, if he wasn't a billionaire, that would be a criminal offense. I think that's what you've got here. It's essentially gonna be, oh no, I can't, like, if it's all the people on my side are really weak beta soy boys that I don't like, even though I married one of them, and I just can't help resisting these awful six-pack laden chuds.
Are you sure that wasn't her husband though? Because it looked a little
The
bit
guy at the
darker.
start was her husband.
Yeah, but the guy that she was
Pablo
kissing?
Scryer, the Halo guy, is the guy in charge of the awful right-wing people.
Just awful.
All right wingers are awful.
Or
Wink,
base,
wink.
depending on how you see it.
Yeah.
Whatever, just saying.
Awful.
Like we've all seen the TikToks. It's like, well, I decided that I couldn't find anyone on my side, and so I ventured out onto the other side of the aisle.
And,
And then he
found
gave
they
me
won.
his credit card. And
And then all of a sudden, I'm a trad wife. It actually is so interesting to see how many people end up becoming trad wives or want to be trad wives, and they're like, "Oh, this is nice."
I could do it.
Well, who would have thought that extremely effeminate men on one side may not be attractive? And I do actually think that this show will be for the exact like it could do well if it wasn't on Apple TV. I think it could have done well.
Like on Prime or
no one watches Apple TV, right?
not often. No,
I don't know where Handmaid's Tale is shown, but
Isn't
I think
that Hulu?
that would be Disney then. Yeah,
I think it's Hulu. I've never watched it.
I've
but I'm
never
pretty
watched
sure-
it.
But I think this is going to be the same audience. Essentially, because Handmaid's Tale is essentially we're in this awful future where men are in control of everything and really oppress us. And we have to bang them, but secretly we don't want to. But we will bang them. And I think that's going to be this TV series.
She's using her
see.
sexual prowess to enact change, which women have been doing for centuries. I'm just saying.
Mhm.
Like
In
millennia.
the trailer, just before the scene where she does that, there's a guy going, "You don't have to pursue this." And then there's a husband saying something along the lines of, "No, I understand why you need to." And it was like all the things are lining up so you could have filmed this in a hotel room with him sitting in the corner and it would still work. It's like, yes, I know I have to cheat on you, but my husband understands the importance of a woman's work in 2026. It's, I think it's going to be about as progressive as you can get.
Well,
Like your whiskey. I missed that.
Not in
progressive
this
whiskey. That was a whole different beast.
That was
I
a
did drink
night.
3/4 of a bottle last week, and
and he went, how-
We were
He-
very drunk last week. Oh,
I showed it off, and then I woke up the next morning, remembered that I showed it off, and I was like,
I think we talked,
You're
we
like,
talked after
"Ooh."
the stream for like 40 minutes last week.
Well,
oh
the
yeah, we
issue-
kept on drunk.
I was like, okay,
no,
I'm
the
going
issue,
to bed.
the issue is the paid shots, because the way I do it, I normally just fill it up to a certain point and then stop.
But then Ian comes in and is like,
Well, that's
it
the
was
point.
Ian- it
So
was Ian's
when people
fault last week.
are like, "Well, you've got to drink more," well, then I fill it up more, and I just find myself drinking more
Yeah.
and don't realize.
Yeah,
And
Wicked.
it's
Do you
always
remember
more
who
refill.
suggested the shots?
It was Wicked, and Wicked was
No,
the
it
one that
was
drank the
Ian.
least out of all of us.
No, I had a cup. I had a cup. I just
Exactly. You're the one that
That's
drinks the
all it
least out
was.
of all of us.
I was actually shocked that you wanted to do.
There's a reason why me and X-Ray are the ones that get drunk, and Wicked's like, "No, but I've got this glass and it'll be fine."
It's usually like a glass of wine.
It was
I
straight
think-
up
I
But
think
rum.
that was impressive.
Wicked has the least tolerance among all of us, and yet still
But
somehow
that's why
comes
I
out
have
of all
water
of this the
too, so
best.
I don't fall asleep on the stream when I have rum. But it's very important that I have water
But the
with it.
rum is gone.
Where is the rum gone?
Where
It's this
is the
tiny
rum?
person.
I have my Canadian whiskey. I know. I'll have a little bit
Canadian
tonight.
whiskey.
I mean,
A little bit.
Canadian whiskey to you isn't like a flex. That would be like me having Scotch.
Weirdly, what hits me the hardest, probably. I mean, I
The
guess if I
flex
have
for
a
me
lot
would
of
be
rum.
like if I had Ian serve me Scotch. It's like, yes, I've even got my own Scottish servant to deliver it to me.
Ian.
Ian.
Yeah, we just have a bell. He just like appears.
What hits me, like, especially because like I can drink it like water, is prosecco, because the bubbles make me very giggly. That hits
We
me.
need to get you a more prosecco.
Prosecco every day.
Stop giving
I'm
a whiskey,
out.
give a prosecco. We found the weakness.
It's
Yes.
true. It's true. All right, couple supers, and then some kind of topic or something like that we do.
I tell you, you are an incredible saleswoman.
We'll talk about stuff.
We'll talk about. I'm sure we'll find something. We'll be fine.
No, we've got
Something,
stuff.
something.
Monkey, thank you for the 5. My ex was mad that I had no sense of direction, so I packed up my stuff and write.
That. Oh my god.
That's just bad.
Monkey.
That's not even clever. That's just bad. I think we should all be ashamed.
Try
for
again.
reading
Try
that.
again.
See, Mo can confirm. He was with us at City Walk, and I had 2 Prosecco's now, super giggly.
I think my favorite like in-person drunk night with you was when we went for dinner and you were talking with your hands.
And I almost
Just
killed
knocking
him.
glasses over.
No,
left
she-
and right from
she-
other
well-
tables.
Well, There was one point that the I guess the waiter when
Did she
the
do
waiter
that at any
took
point?
away the waiter took away all the dishes and then put a little
had a
napkin on top of where Wicked ate because there was a
I
spilled
spilled.
something.
Oh, he was preserving your like.
He was like, listen, it was an Italian restaurant, so it's probably like it happens all the
He
time.
was
Yeah.
covering up your shame.
I'm just remembering. Never mind. I talk with my hands a lot too, so that's happened before where I go. And I
Oh.
smack someone.
It's why it's
Lance is-
weird that it's an Italian
Screw
thing
his
because
burritos.
everyone talks with their hands. It's like,
I think we're just more aggressive about it.
yeah, they're
Yes,
just
it's
more
the
likely to slap you.
Italian.
It's like-
You got to read this one. Lance hasn't been here in a bit, and Disparu,
Hi,
no one
Lance.
says his name like Disparu.
Lance Thrustcock.
I think all the boys in chat just like melted.
All the boys.
No, the boys did not melt. For $4.99, Disparu wears a 5 in women's shoes, and he keeps a little 2 for me.
God, do you fall over a lot if you have small feet like that?
It's
None
gotta
of
be
your
the whole
proportions
thing.
are correct.
Can you imagine? It's like I've got to fit into women's shoes, and you have to reduce yourself down to like a size 8.
Hey, a 5 in women's shoes means you can wear kids' shoes and save the tax. I'm just saying. I have
don't
some
even
friends
know.
that are small.
But I think that's a strictly woman's thing. I don't think any man has feet that small.
I'm
Yeah.
sure there's someone out there.
Well,
Peter Dinklage?
I was going to say Game of Thrones.
He's probably like a size 3, though. 5's kind
No,
of.
no.
I think he'd wear bigger shoes because he was ashamed of himself. I
Oh,
think no,
maybe.
actually, I've got really big
Yeah,
feet.
so he's like wearing clown
Ladies,
shoes.
Yeah, see, Ian knows it was him. Sorry, for 50. Thank you. I would definitely recommend shots.
You can't do shots of Prosecco,
I would definitely
though.
recommended shots. No. I
So
mean, you.
you'd have to be like, we'd have shots, and then Wicked would have to down the glass. We'd need like a certain size glass for Wicked to have, designed for whatever the shot equivalent of wine is.
Prosecco goes down way too smooth, man. That would be. That would.
Okay,
Maybe
I,
That would be the
in-person
entire
Saucy.
point.
Yeah.
I found a streamer that probably wears size 5 women's shoes. So I saw this streamer called Baby Alien. I don't know, pop up a few times on my timeline.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh god, I've seen this guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna
It just
play
seems
the
to all
clip.
be
but-
fake. I don't know about this one specifically, but the other clip I saw was just 100%
Cute,
fake.
man, like 2 little.
Oh yeah, no, this is fake. Yeah.
Yeah.
So supposedly he ended his stream because he walked into the bathroom and found this little guy with his girlfriend in the shower.
But they both look like
Just
they wear size 5
Okay.
women's.
Oh, no.
I don't know what's happening with my timeline having that stuff.
No, I saw that. So Devin Nash did a
That's a
video
Dan.
recently about how essentially content creation has changed and it is being rigged. And Kick has been doing it. So Kick has a program where they will pay people per view for clips, but only for like certain people on their site. But it does mean that they are paying tens of thousands per streamer to have various different people. Because let's say you have $500 per 100,000 views on a clip. I don't know what the exact value is, but let's just use that because it's easy maths. This is why you see people like Clavicular everywhere, because
Ugh.
you only get paid when you make 100,000 views, which means there are loads of people that do free views that never hit the total,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone else. It leads to thousands of people, generally in places where their living standards are lower, clipping out the same people on your stream trying to hit that 100,000 threshold, which is why they appear everywhere. And it also hacks the algorithm, because the algorithm isn't just what do you like, it's this thing is incredibly popular because loads of people are talking about it all at the same time. So if you have loads of people clipping things, you hack the algorithm so they go, look, Clavicular is incredibly popular, we're going to shove him everywhere because everyone else seems to be talking about him, everyone else is clipping him. And so Kick has kind of done that for multiple people. Neon.
Mm-hmm.
Neon seems to be one of the most boring people on the face of the universe, and yet he is clipped all over the place and shown everywhere, and he goes in everyone's feeds. And it's all just like paid advertisement. And that's what I think that clip is. It is just people getting paid to post stuff. And I don't care who these like dysgenic freaks are. You don't have a personality. You're literally going off your own weird facial shape. And that just seems to be like the new level of content creation since TikTok took off. It's very strange.
Yeah, weird. Well, let's catch up on supers, then we'll jump to this next topic when X-Ray gets back. Poseidon, thank you for the 5. Considering my blanket size, you shouldn't be surprised. They're not easy to find. Usually New Balance or Nike.
I didn't know that blanket size was a thing. I'm assuming you mean blanket size as in your general total coverage, not blanket. Like you pull up around you.
That's your actual blanket. You have to get those custom made too. Duppy, thank you for the 5. I manage a high-end shoe store, men's up to 15, women's 13, but only certain brands. My job is selling souls.
I'm really upset that you didn't put a U in that last one, but yeah, I had it in my head because I must have seen it somewhere. Maybe it's on like Adidas website or something. 15. Just specifically on Amazon goes to like lesser. But yeah, I knew that because if I buy 12.5,
oh, the one
there's
X-Ray
no way
made?
I'm on the upper end of everything.
You're talking about the one X-Ray made?
Oh, the blanket she made me. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
A crocheted one, presumably.
Yeah. Shane, thank you for the 2. Almost shoulder. So close. So close. Jason, thank you for the Australian 5. Enjoying K-dramas, Perfect Crown, Disney Plus, and Absolute Value of Romance, Amazon Prime. Just started to watch If Wishes Could Kill and Filling for Love.
Perfect Crown, Disney Plus. I need to start watching
leave it up so you
K-dramas
can
on Disney Plus
screenshot.
because they keep being mentioned and I've never seen any of them. I've only ever seen the Netflix ones. I didn't actually know there were K-dramas on Amazon Prime either. Maybe I need to expand my Koreanisms.
Maybe.
You're not a real Korean.
No. Now I'm a real Korean.
Asian appropriate. No, I'm kidding.
Yes. Base.
You actually see better when you squint. That's why we have great vision.
Well, it is true. No, actually, that is true. If you need glasses, if you look through pinpricks, it fixes your glasses problem. And so I imagine there would be a lower rate, like uptick of glasses, if you kind of see like that. Anyway,
Maybe I don't know, but I
no, it's
I
literally
do
how it
experience
works.
that daily.
Anyone that has glasses, if you like get a piece of paper and put 2 pinpricks in it and look through it, you won't need glasses. Just I don't know the reason for it, the physics behind it.
Ian for 50. I should have read this one right after the other one. Sorry about that. No, hang on. I had more information since my last typo. I would always recommend Prosecco as shots.
No, by alcoholic volume. You have to work out the difference between whiskey and the amount of alcohol and Prosecco and the amount of alcohol.
Oh, you mean volume percentage? So it's better. I mean,
Yeah,
you get more
it'd be
value
like
with
a
spirits, for sure.
Like a shot of Prosecco for the same alcohol would be like 3 times the size or something.
It's true.
Bubbles also make you more drunk, or just anything
That's true.
sugary because it holds water,
I
so
think
it
so.
actually dehydrates you.
That's true. That's the
Well,
reason
people
why
are
it
always
gets
on
me all
about the dehydration of alcohol. There was a study done where they made some people drink spirits and some people drink beer, and then they measured kind of their output. so to
Perceived,
speak.
yeah.
Exactly the same. All this stuff about dehydrating you and stuff doesn't actually exist.
It's not like okay. The alcohol will hold the water instead of giving it to your brain and other systems.
Yeah, but they measured like the volume in, volume out, and you ended up with the same volume.
Of fluids,
Yes.
like
So
water.
essentially, what I mean by that is like, when you're drinking beer, for instance, you're drinking far more volume. So if you just take whatever the normal starting thing is as 0, and then you add in less volume with the whiskey, but more volume with the beer, and then more output compared with less output, the person ends up the same. So the different types of alcohol didn't dehydrate people. In fact, I think they may have found out that the beer actually hydrated people more. can't remember exactly what it was, but it was essentially the opposite of what the perceived thing was about dehydrating. Like, no, alcohol doesn't dehydrate you. I think there was someone else that was like, the reason why drinking water helps is because you get a hangover when you stop processing methanol and go to ethanol or something like that. And so the water may delay it, so it spreads it out over a greater time window, and so you don't feel as
It's
bad.
diluting it too,
Yes,
in a
like
sense.
it's dragging it out over a longer period of time, essentially, so you feel better.
That's why I never understood those people who do the liver pass method, which I know what people do that for being
I don't
cheap
know what
and
that is.
butt chugging. So,
That takes all the fun out of drinking.
well, but some people just like to get
And can
drunk
it, like-
just to get drunk.
That would be
and
the
really
same as
mess
like
you
having a
up.
butt restaurant. It's like,
Yeah.
what is the point?
The point is
care
to
when
get
you consume
drunk
calories,
quickly,
what is the
because
reason to-
when you drink, your stomach goes past the liver first, which also processes the alcohol. So then you don't perceive the drunkenness because it's already started processing it. Whereas if you just go through, that other method, it that's why some medications go through that, just so it's more effective. Because then the liver doesn't process it.
The
first.
more you know.
Sorry.
The less you want to.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're welcome.
All right.
I fully believe ignorance is bliss.
Let's take a look. Oh no, people are still voting. We'll keep the poll up. I just
Who's winning? I think it's still
People will
Uwu.
It's
People will continue to come in through the stream. They
I'll
will
keep it up till the
voting.
end. Yeah, no, just keep. I looked and it keeps going up. Disproves at 68%.
Yeah, but you will reach a point where people are voting that weren't even here for the question, and they're just like, okay, I'm choosing.
Yeah, well, you're still winning. 68% disprove, 21% X-ray, and 11% me.
I'm just saying, if I can't even remember what the question was, I don't know
It was
what that means.
who's more oppressed. So
Oh,
you're
obviously.
winning.
Obviously, you.
Obviously. All right, this was interesting. Disprove put this in our group chat. I used to be a Hollywood writer. Now I'm lugging lumber from Home Depot. It's an upgrade.
This makes me think of the article about, or not the article, the TV show South Park. the people who were the most rich were, I forgot what color, blue collar. But basically,
I've never
like
learned the different colors.
Sorry, the plumbers, the electricians are like the rich ones, and I think this is something that being in this industry where you get a huge fat paycheck, and sometimes it's an insane paycheck, and you don't sparse it out over a long period of time, and you upgrade your lifestyle. It's the same thing with sports players. You dumb. It sucks for Hollywood writers, especially like good ones, or anyone who works in the industry, that they have to turn to other jobs because they're not getting work. There's not as many films and TV shows occurring, so you have to find other things. And I mean, this person seems much happier doing something that's more consistent.
Yeah.
Well, look, the simple fact is, you can want to be in industry as much as you can want to be in an industry your entire life. Doesn't mean it's going to work out.
Exactly.
And being in Hollywood is going to be incredibly competitive as it is, even at the best of times. And I think what's happened is, especially during lockdown and everything, that expanded loads. And a load of people were in the industry that the industry couldn't support. It was never going to last. The people were locked in their homes, and they thought it was going to last forever for some reason. And now they're finding out it's not. So there's a load of people who were never cut out to be that are leaving. And even now, there's loads of people in the industry that shouldn't be because they just
Absolutely.
can't cut it. So I can understand that kind of thing. I think you kind of have to separate Hollywood into stratas, because you have people like Robert Downey Jr. making $100 million, and then you have people on day rates as actors, as extras. And so obviously, talk about it in one thing's always tough, because those extras, it's always going to be like a bonus, or at least it should be. I can see why in Hollywood, not having to do like the dog eat dog world, giving you a script in, all the denial, because if you've written a script and like shopping around places, you can hold no a hell of a lot of things.
Well, and then being very
rid of that is
like salesperson, sales pitchy, because I think that can eat at your soul when you have to always like be at the top of your game and be the nice person and know everyone and try to use all your context and whatnot. That could get very tiring.
I hate that about Hollywood. That everything
Yeah.
is about who you know. It's about having the right friends, being in the right clique. I despise that.
And like, I think there is a certain fakeness to it because
Absolutely.
I feel like you see it a lot, and even in interviews, you can tell genuinely when someone is like who they are, and then when certain people answer, and it just seems so fake.
We saw it recently, and I actually don't mean to offend the guy. I just think it's a most recent example. Hail Mary writer who got destroyed. Andy Weir. He got pulled up because of his comments about Starfleet Academy, and he had to come out and apologize
from
and be
drinkers?
like, "No, but don't you understand that I was talking about Kurtzman? I was actually really nice to him just beforehand, and so I don't think this." I was like, "Yeah, but you shouldn't have to be nice to him. Like, you shouldn't have to have given all these caveats before your comments. You should have been able to go, I don't like Star Trek. I don't like what he's making,' without having to wrap it up in, but you're a really nice person and you're all this and I really don't want to offend you." And it's all adding all those caveats is a sign in the industry that something is incredibly wrong with it. You shouldn't have needed to apologize because Alex Kurtzman shouldn't be able to affect your career. If you make something good, you should get hired anyway, no matter what Alex Kurtzman thinks of you. And that's the only way when you actually come down to the quality of the work.
Yeah. And I mean, all the stuff that happened with Andy Weir and people getting mad at him and then having to apologize. I don't think he should have apologized, given the context of what stuff he said. And maybe it's the whole public perception, but I hate feeling like that pressure. I have to do this and say this and be nice to this person, even though I don't like them. You're like,
Yeah, there's like a freedom to it, right? Especially because you see how they are. You just disagree with one thing. You could agree with 99.9%
J.K.
of
Rowling
their takes, yes, and then that little 1% you disagree on one topic, and then they're going to eat you alive. So it's got to be refreshing. Like, that says a lot that he'd rather just be going to Home Depot, lugging lumber, like, because like you go to work, it's like a 9 to 5, right? And it's a boy thing. Men like to do
you
stuff
just
like that.
hang out with dudes, and it's a lot more positive. And I think that's fake positive and real positivity go such a long way with like how I've seen men deal with each other. And so, I mean, we went through this on the Nooner with Jim, who's a writer in Hollywood. But this is just some charts from the Wall Street Journal article. It's like, okay, employment from January 2015. If we start here, it's lessened over the years. There was 2 dips. That was COVID. That was the strike. And it just seems like it's not recovering because things are going to other places.
Is this from across the nation, or is it like
this is in Hollywood?
Oh yeah.
See how Hollywood's job market's collapsing.
California's even worse because people keep leaving because it's so expensive. And that is just a case of, because it was Hollywood, everyone assumed that it would always be there. And they kind of developed a whole industry of people just with their hand out. Anyone that's ever worked in any governmental position, you will recognize this, that companies will have a rate and then they'll have a rate for the government because they know that you're spending someone else's money. And so you'll spend more. And so the moment the government comes looking for a quote, that quote just increases. And it was the same in Hollywood. Combine that with unions and then the tax in California, and everyone all wanted their piece of the pie to be more.
It's a huge living cost there too, on top of that. And so
it's because everyone was so successful, the prices rose because everyone had more money. So all the prices kept increasing. And you see it even now when people see like going backwards as a problem. It's like, what if it was better back then? What if now you're not in the position that you used to be? You're not as successful as you used to be. So what if you do need to go back in time to back then? And it's not working. So you see like UK's taken off.
It's become higher. Like, look, from 2021, the amount of projects, new started productions by country, live action, scripted film and TV productions with 40 million budget or more. It's almost halved. for the US.
That is actually worse than it looks because you've got inflation during that time. So 40 million in 2025 is
to 40 million now, yeah.
a lot easier to hit than even in 2021 because the inflation has been going through the roof over the last few years.
Yeah. And then look, UK has boomed. Well, and
Wow.
Hungary.
And as part of the UK, if you think you can save money coming here, I don't know what state you're in. Like,
That is actually
your news
crazy.
from-
it is
It's more
insane.
expensive in the UK to just have productions there. But Jim was saying something about like healthcare is
Yes.
easier there and
So
whatnot.
I
There's
saw-
more.
I saw that stream,
government help.
and he said one of the reasons behind it was because of our NHS and stuff. It means that they don't need to pay, and again, it comes down to unions. The unions have negotiated all this stuff, so they've negotiated extra cost, which has killed their own jobs, which is what unions always do. But because they can come to the UK and we have socialized healthcare, so they don't need to pay healthcare contributions, that cuts 30% off the budget instantaneously. So it's not just the tax, which is like 27% or something they'll get back from us. They then save an extra 30% on top of the 27%. And now it actually doesn't matter at that point whether California knocks off the same rebate that we do on tax because they still have to pay the healthcare contributions and they just can't compete. It's impossible.
One thing I never understood is like, okay, I get the idea of having unions because it protects the workers. But when it comes to
I don't understand
gig
unions.
economy, which is what they're doing, the more you work, the more money you get. So why would you limit yourself on that?
So I worked this out during the strike. The strike went on for so long that if during those like 9 months or whatever it went on for, if they had one job, they made more money off that one job than they ever could have negotiated with an increased pay rise.
Which is insane. So I don't understand why there's a union for that. For a gig economy job, it makes more sense in a job that's more consistent. But that, I mean, hey.
No, it never makes sense. Unions never make any sense. The only people that they ever benefit are the worst people that should never be in the industry.
Oh, I absolutely agree, especially if it's seniority based.
Well, in any kind of like system like that, you'll have like lower, middle, and upper class. Think of that. So the upper class, like Robert Downey Jr., he has his own private contracts. He doesn't care about what the union does at all because he's so big, he will get special custom-made things. Then you have like your middle class, which are necessary. They do all the work. They do the most competent work. And so they actually should be paid more, but they're dragged down. They're not big enough like Robert Downey Jr. to negotiate custom contracts. So if you're in a union, they just get base. And then you have all the people below them that shouldn't be in the industry. They don't contribute enough. They would basically be fired under any kind of thing, but they're kept around by the unions forcing jobs to exist. We saw this in the last not this negotiating, the previous one, where it was like, if you have 7 episodes, you need 2 writers per episode. That was only there to force other people into the writer's room that never would have been there under a private individual system. Now, without the union, that writer would be removed from the room, and the medium writer, the middle class, would have got paid more because he's doing more work and he's on his own. And so all that happens is you have the upper class, like the elite, that don't care. The middle class gets dragged down to the lowest common denominator, and a load of people who are just leeches get lifted up into an industry they never should be in. Because the union just wants as many people to give as many contributions as possible.
They want the money. Unions just want your money.
This is all unions. Teachers' unions do the same thing. They will keep people in the industry who are basically evil and should never be there. But they're like, well, you know, we couldn't sue because the union will defend them. Even if you want to believe that it once served a purpose, it was meant for like coal mines where people would be getting cancer because they didn't have protective equipment. It doesn't.
Yeah.
It serves no purpose in today except to basically reinforce socialism. That's all it's for.
I have pros and cons, at least when it comes to the medical aspect of having a union, because I do think that there are some things that are good for like the nurses and x-ray techs and whoever else is out there. But there are
well, it's protection of getting sued. I want them to get sued.
Well, okay, that's the college side of things, and you have insurance for that sort of stuff. But there are some good things, but the thing I always hate are the lazy employees can never get fired because every union, and that's where I have a problem. I have a coworker that I used to love. And I'm being vague on purpose, part-timer, best person to work with. As soon as they became full-time, oh, I hurt my wrist, I did this. They were never at work. I swear they probably worked less than they were at work and somehow hold a full-time. Don't understand that. But that's problem with unions. They take advantage of all the things that come with having a union. And that's why I hate freaking lazy people like that. So I feel oppressed.
Real quick, I'll catch up on supers, but there is a conversation.
Are y'all flirting in chat?
So let me just get this conversation out of the way. Monkey says, Ian just stole my milk, butter, and cheese. How dare he?
Okay, sorry. That was really funny. That was funny.
And then Ian for 50 says, well, don't leave that crap on my chest then.
Wait. Never mind. I don't want to know. Why are you putting dairy on your chest? Are you hairy, man? That's gross. Ew, gross, disgusting. Doesn't matter if you're hairy or not. Gross.
No, I think this Rue's not here for that. And then Monkey for 2 says, I like to eat off a foreign plate, Ian. Ian for 50 says, only breakfast, you scamp. Only breakfast.
Oh, okay. That makes so much sense because I saw only breakfast and I was like, is this a Hobbit thing?
There's more. Hold on. And then Monkey for 2 says, so you'll double as my bed and plate. Both sticky.
Ew. What is happening?
What is happening in chat right now?
Okay, is this how gay men flirt?
And then Ian for 50 says, I feel it's clear that those super chats were replies to Monkey. Otherwise, I understand how this turned awkward.
Like I said, I only caught on with only breakfast, and I was, I never understood. Okay, cool. Well, I hope you guys make beautiful babies.
So what happened was Ian and Monkey took over the stream, which good thing Disparu wasn't here because he doesn't need to hear what they did to the milk.
He's like Scotsman. He's never had milk.
Well, he had
anything healthy inside him in his entire life. It's
I think he had monkeys. He had monkeys milk.
Like a heart attack.
Grab there. Can you please make those boys confess their sins and cleanse them, please?
Yes, please, they need it.
Scottish. He's never been on a cleanse either.
Unless it involves
crack for a week.
Oh my God. Wow. Psych for 5. Savant is for folks who really believe Michigan's governor was targeted by white nationalists and it wasn't a gov psyop, or J6 was an insurrection.
What does this have to do with Michigan?
Governor?
I don't understand this.
Was that the one where there was like 6 people in the car and 5 of them were feds? Is that the one?
No, hold on.
I'm so confused.
It was. I think it was. The Whitmer thing. 13 suspected people, and I think there was a time during the kidnapping where it was like 6 people in the car were there.
Hokie says yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's many such cases.
Oh, this is for Disparu. Good thing you came back.
Oh, it's a fake kidnapping case. Oh,
yes.
Aspirations of mediocrity for $5. I thought your name was going to be a lot harder to read than it ended up to be. Hey, Disparu, I got cups from Starfleet Action. I think you should have them as a memento.
Wait, are you in Toronto? Aspirations of mediocrity?
I'm assuming you mean the auction.
Did you get cups? Because I was actually surprised how much. So there are these like lunch containers that they put Starfleet logos on. They went for like between 50 to 80 or even $100. I was actually quite surprised. What if I saw you today? Aspiration of mediocrity. There was a dude I saw that was loading up some stools I wanted. That would have been crazy. I hated that the gardener was closed today. Sorry, talking to you. And I had to go around the town to get to the auction. Anyways, I kind of want to get some more stuff next week. There's still more auction items.
Do you have a P.O. Box X-ray?
Shut the front door. No, I was there at 3:30.
You may have genuinely walked past each other.
No. Oh
Yeah.
my god. Did you see me? Okay, wait. Aspiration mediocrity. You'll know this if you saw me take a picture, because I did take a picture in the chair, and I don't think it had left at that point. That is crazy.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's going to be one of those things because from like Aspiration's perspective, he wasn't expecting to see you there. So quite often, even if you walk past someone you know,
You didn't think about
if you're not expecting in that scenario, you know, not really paying attention.
Yes. I was in the box, and that was at the front.
Yeah, did you see that Aspiration? Because that'd be wild.
Because that. Let me see what time these pictures were taken. Oh wait, these were taken at 3:30. I'm probably left. We missed each other by 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know whether it was a joke or what. But do you have a PO box X-ray?
I do. It is on my website. It's in somewhere Toronto. But you have to go to my YouTube. If you really want to send Disbrew something, send it to my PO box.
Yeah, I'll be in Vegas. So if you'll be in Vegas, you bring them there.
Yes,
or
and I can bring
PO
it to
box,
him.
and then
It'll be way cheaper to send it to me, and then I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True. John Wayne, thank you for the 10. Season 3, episode 11. Time index 17 minutes and 33 seconds of the TV show Lex. Girl Town Free on YouTube came out 26 years ago and is exactly like that Canadian communist town hall. It also takes place on planet Fire/Hell.
I don't know that specific timestamp or episode because it's been so long since I've seen Lex, but I always remember that as the one which they had an entire episode about playing chess. And you would not think you could make a game of chess interesting in a sci-fi show, but they do. Which, considering it was kind of I don't think I even realized it was kind of a spoof show at the time, but
Interesting. Magnum Norris, thank you for the 5. Agree with this brew, but Mr. Beats is a creep and also a psyop.
He comes across very
He's
similar
so
to Mark Zuckerberg.
creepy.
Like he's not really
so
a person.
creepy.
Who,
All of
Mr.
his
Beast?
smiles never reach his eyes and stuff.
Have you?
I don't watch him.
I've from like the stuff that you hear, like what was that one guy that became trans or whatnot and all that stuff?
I think
then,
that was the moment his reputation turned. when that
yes,
happened.
and now there's something about a pregnant possible woman pressure, blah 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 blah.
I saw accusation. The moment I see the word accusation, I just tend to ignore it.
I had no idea, but just hearing stuff, and I don't know. There's people who I've met that worked with Mr. Beast that I didn't like. I'm like, what? You also worked with Mr. Beast? That's kind of weird. So I don't know how I feel about that. And just
Can I admit something? I've never watched a Mr. Beast video. I don't even know what it sounds
there-
like.
I've seen a few.
there were a few.
Clips I've probably heard that I can't like think of, but I've never watched a video.
There was one I really liked where he had people ages like 1 to 99 try like in pods to like leave. And I think that was like the funniest one that he had, because like, you know, the older people left and the younger people obviously left, like the 1, 2, 3, 4-year-olds. Whoever stayed get money type of thing.
I think it's just a business model where if you log out of YouTube and you're on the front page, you're going to get loads of views. And YouTube made a decision about what they wanted to be kind of showcased as to new people. And so that content did really well. There was a few things that happened like that where they tended to be more kind of conscious decisions by people rather than things people wanted to see. And especially as you see things turn against Mr. Beast and stuff, I don't know. I think there would be better content to represent the platform than random challenge videos. Like, the difference between a $1 yacht and a $1 million yacht or whatever. Seems like a really basic, shallow kind of content to me to have on your front page. But you know, it was
To each their own.
Well, I'm not even sure it's to each their own, though. I think YouTube made a conscious decision about what they
Well,
wanted to
it was like
represent.
Kimmel's video. I'm thinking about that now. Was it Kimmel or Fallon videos? Do you remember in like the 2020s when that was always on the trending and whatnot?
Yeah.
And then it just kind of gone.
We saw with Mama Susan, she did a whole interview where there was, I can't remember what it was some news event that she wanted represented on platform because she thought it was important to know. And all the engineers went, no one's clicking this. It's like, no, but it's so important that they know. And so that's where you had like the news feed and everything start popping up on the homepage. And I wonder how much of that comes down to just the logged out homepage. Are challenge videos actually what everyone wants to see when they come to YouTube? Or is it just what they chose because it was really safe? So no advertisers will get offended by it, kind of thing.
Probably a bit of both.
Because I would have expected a bit more of a varied front page. So, you know, you might have one challenge video, then you might have one sports video, then maybe a science video, then maybe an entertainment video. And I would have like a cross section so that your viewers would funnel into other funnels very quickly. Whereas if you log out and go on it, it's all kind of the same slop. Everything's very safe, but it's not specifically targeted to find out what the viewer is interested in. It's all very just generic nonsense that won't get anyone in trouble. Whereas I would have had more specific cross-section of things, so you can find out what the viewer's interested in specifically, so you can filter them off into that.
Like TikTok is pretty good about that, I think.
TikTok is insane with their
like their algorithm is so niche. Like you watch one thing, all of a sudden you got 20 recommendations.
It's not even that. You hesitate on something for a split second, and it's like you paid more attention to that than anything else, and then it tests you, and
it was like
goes off your reaction
3 more
speed,
seconds,
not just watching the video. Kind of wild.
Mm-hmm.
Very. I remember that too, because like my mom always would be like, she would always send me it, like, look at this, because it was like in her algorithm. You know what I mean? Like all the Fallon videos and stuff. And I'm like, yeah.
Don't care. Sorry, Mom.
No, like, it's funny, Mom. Magnum Norse for 5. Asians drive slow while naturally squinting because finish sentence here.
What?
She's confused.
I'm confused. Why am I more confused today than normal? I don't understand. I know smart.
I don't know if I'm supposed to make a joke about it or whether it's supposed to be an obvious comment that I don't know. I don't know why squinting would leave you to drive slowly. Everything is like...
Because you can't see. You know what I mean? Like you're squinting,
well, yeah,
so
I mean,
it's
they
hard
view
to
everything
see.
in widescreen.
Hey, it makes things easier to see, okay? We talked about this.
This is why everyone's surprised that X-Ray didn't watch more movies as a kid.
Hey, I was too busy
Going to the
doing
cinema is the only time she's like the black bars on either side.
I was dancing, piano playing, soccer, biking, volleyball. Yeah, I did too many things.
So you were like a YouTube front page.
Yeah.
You'd be the strangest person for the algorithm to actually decide, because you're like, I'm just interested in everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything, and she has the biggest potty mouth. You're welcome, Chet.
Well, there's a bit of breaking news that we'll cover real quick. Everyone's okay, but apparently there was shots fired at Trump again, and he was rushed off stage by the Secret Service at a White House correspondent dinner. It's really quick, but yeah.
I really appreciate Drunk 3PO's intensive commentary in the tweet as well.
That's wild. Sorry.
He went, wow.
I'm surprised that like the I don't know. Like
I feel
this
like we need the audio for this to like. Was it a shot
did I not?
or was it?
You couldn't hear it.
Oh, no,
It's very low. You had to boost it a
I
bit.
did hear something barely.
Yeah, you couldn't hear it. Because this person
So
started
was there an
recording
actual
after.
shot, or was it just someone like running at him?
No, there's I think shots. It was a shot. The shots were. Oh, thanks, Shane. The shots were fired outside, I guess.
Oh, okay.
But this was like afterwards.
Oh,
So they rushed
okay.
him off. Yeah, it's low because somebody like after the news broke or whatever, after they heard it, is when they started recording. Just thought we would cover it real quick, huh?
That's scary.
It is,
I
yeah.
don't think anyone should
And
ever
we
shoot
covered the
anyone.
other one, so no, I agree with that.
Sad that we're at this place in this world.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't. Yeah. Anyways,
It's funny because like our leaders go around with the sloppiest security of all time.
yours
like,
that
what-
video when someone tried to shoot. I don't know if it was what was it? It was a long time ago. When he was still before he was king. He just like fixed his jacket. He's like what?
Oh yeah, there was a guy. I think he was throwing shoes at him in that
Charles.
one. But
Oh,
we've
okay.
had like there was one thing where I think it was I don't know if it was Boris Johnson or someone was walking down the street and this jogger who's literally just out for a run smashes into him, and it's like, if he'd wanted, like, with a knife or anything, it would have all been over. But the security is so lax because everyone knows that no one's going to do anything to him. This jogger accidentally got right next to him and crashed into him and almost knocked him over. There was another time where I think it was Henry and his wife were going into a bar, and this old age pensioner had like walked out of a supermarket and was just walking along with his bags. Suddenly realized he was next to the royal family, surrounded by security.
Oh,
And he
no.
was like, "What's happening?" And he like gets embarrassed and walks off. And then the security finally get to him.
That's funny. It's like, I didn't even know what I was doing. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just
My bad.
I
Wrong place,
accidentally
wrong
walked through
time.
the security like cordon, and there just is nothing.
Jason Webster, thanks for another 5. Thank God for poor choices for learning contemporary terms. Until I watched a stream, I thought face off was when sex is like ice hockey.
What?
Oh, what?
I can't think there's what, because so like this Face Off the movie with John Travolta.
And
Did I
Face
already
Off,
forget
like,
what face off
sports-
meant?
He's like, what? And he's
Well,
saying
I
he learned it
so
from
many
your
things. Like
stream.
sex is like ice hockey. Is it supposed to be like frigid, presumably, like a dead fish? I'm desperately trying to reverse engineer what on earth you mean, but I don't think we've commented on any of this.
Don't.
I think this is just like random connections unrelated to things we've spoken about.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Like, I don't think we've even said the words face off today.
Contra Wars for 2. Malazan is better than Lord of the Rings. Fight me. I'm drunk.
I've never heard of what
I've never
Malazan
heard of
is.
that.
either.
Ooh, sorry. I think we're gonna have to disagree on that.
Are we
one.
spicy? Are we being
Book of the
spicy
Forest.
today?
Being spicy, Contra. Don't worry. Don't worry. Chad will fight you.
Oh, Canadian author Stephen Erickson. He was the guy that took down George R.R. Martin, calling a fat, lazy git. And that's why he can't write Heroes, because it would humiliate him.
Megan Rushman 2's X-ray girl is an expert on alcohol.
Yes, drinking it.
She does a very good job.
Thanks.
Jason Webster for Australian 2. Well, AI will dramatically reduce time and employees needed for both pre-production and production phases of filmmaking.
In some ways, AI, it sucks that it takes jobs away, and this has been happening for
Why?
just things like even radiologists. We see it already with like drivers and whatnot. Check out people at stores, because you never saw your job ending type of thing. So, times change. So it sucks losing your job. Okay. I get that. But it also improves efficiency. And, at least when it comes to Marvel, they got rid of a huge amount of their CGI crew. Maybe AI will help. I don't know.
Okay, so when it comes to jobs, this has been happening since
Beginning of time.
decades.
Beginning
50s,
of time.
60s, factory workers were being replaced with automation. This has always been happening for decades. And one thing that's always happened is that even back then, they were going, we don't know what's going to happen. Robots are going to automate everything out. We're never going to... It's never happened. What happens is jobs distribute elsewhere in the economy. You don't actually lose jobs. They just move around. The reason why I think it's kicked off so much this time, nobody cared when the printing press took all the people that were handwriting books out of business. Like, they'd have no problem with that. When the horse and cart, all the horse riders got banned because the cars got invented, the current people wouldn't have a problem with that. When your factory workers got replaced by bots and conveyor belts, they didn't care about that. I think this is because all of your creative people thought they were safe. They thought they would be the last people to get replaced, and it turns out they're first. And they weren't mentally prepared for it because they thought they were special, and they're finding out they're just the same as everyone else and be replaced just as easily. So it's not something I really have particularly much sympathy for, because this is just what technology's always done. I do find it interesting. I think the biggest clue that it's gonna like how much it's gonna change is, I can't remember what his name is. He was in The Rip, and then he sold his AI company to Netflix very recently. They didn't buy Warner Brothers, and instead bought this AI company because it's going to help with special effects and stuff. I think that's going to be the main thing, especially when you see like Marvel movies. They're replacing people's hair and their clothes and all that kind of stuff manually. That can all be automated away, and it won't really change anything.
In all honesty, we have to change with the times as the times come. And I do think, in general, still know how to be an efficient human being without the technology, but also move with the technology, I think is the best kind of way to be able to adapt. Because
Hollywood,
go ahead.
If Hollywood was in its glory days and it was making loads of money, I'd be more sympathetic. But when you've spent the last decades insulting me, I don't care. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't think you were good enough to be in the jobs in the first place. The only unfortunate thing is, I don't have a problem with the special effects team or the below the lines people at all, and they're the ones going to be first. When I think it actually should be the script writing people that get replaced by AI first.
Yeah.
But that's not the way Hollywood's going to do it. So
Probably not.
Probably not.
But yeah, it's something that's happened for decades and decades. Like, think of it even just with like with X-ray and even film. Like I'm talking like photographs and even like television film. It used to be on legitimate film, and where are we at now? We're in a digital era. It's moved. It's changed. So it's not like it's not affected Hollywood.
To me, it's just a case of if you weren't concerned about the printing press and the car and replacing factory workers, I can't see a reason why this is any different. I don't know why you'd be more concerned about AI than anything else.
And that's the crazy part, because even in my line of work, we used to have people who were called transcriptionists, people who they would listen to doctors, like the X-ray doctors, like they would talk like what they wanted to write down for their report. They would transcribe it. They would send it off. The fax machine, for example, that is almost obsolete. We use it when all the internet is down, but no one knows how to use a fax machine anymore.
No one has a fax machine anymore now.
We still
have
have
to keep
fax
it around
machines in
just in
hospitals.
case. Yeah.
Just in case. No, it's actually helpful. You never know.
But that's the thing. I don't see this as particularly special in that way. I think at the moment, actually, the problem seems to be people are trying to force it too fast, too quickly, because they're so desperate to try and cut costs and make money that it's getting used in places where it's just not ready for. Maybe it'll be ready in the future. Maybe it won't. But I think that's the main issue with it. Is everyone is so convinced that it's going to replace everything that they're trying to brute force it because it's so expensive to make. Even now, they have to try. It's like they've got a solution looking for a problem to solve rather than it naturally fitting into the industry as it should be, which I think is what's causing the main problems at the moment.
Well, corporations literally try to figure out different ways to make solutions because they want to make the money. At least in a medical perspective that I've seen, they're like, "Oh, you should use this because this is the better way to scan, and we have this program and that program, blah 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 blah." And I'm like, the amount of different systems that are out there are ridiculous. But hey.
Yeah.
I'm a cog in the wheel. No, I'm a cog. I don't even know the saying.
I love how just Ruth stared for a second, like, what are you trying to
I'm a cog in the machine.
The cog is the wheel, but with me, I just take the perspective of I care about the quality of the end product. If the end product gets better, good. If it gets worse, bad. I don't think it's the customer's job to worry about how the cake gets made.
Something I've learned. Yeah. As long as we get to the end product, the most efficient, cost efficient way, everyone's happy.
Yes. All right. Topic. Got one.
Thanks,
No,
chat.
I don't know if you guys are excited for this. I like the lore and the Kane Parsons videos on YouTube more than like the Backrooms game. The Backrooms game is fun. It's fine. But I like watching. So I think Kane Parsons was like 17 or 18 when he made these, you know, the videos of like the Backrooms, which is what started all of this. And it was like, what is this like creepy pasta thing on YouTube? You know what I mean? It was something like that.
Yeah, it came from a picture that someone took and just uploaded to the internet. And then, so there's more than one Backrooms game because it comes from memes.
Yeah.
So there's a whole range of them that come from similar source material, but they took their own edge to it and stuff. So it
I-
kind of depends which way they're going to go with it, because there is several interpretations they could go with. So some of them have monsters, others don't.
Yeah. I've
I was
watched
a bit
all of them
concerned
actually.
in the trailer that it didn't show any monsters.
Yeah.
I don't want this movie to just be them walking around some yellow rooms for a bit.
I'm hoping that they save it, like they don't put it in the trailer so that you're surprised by it.
I need some monsters and I need the different levels.
Yeah. I think it'll
lot
be
of the
interesting,
levels-
especially because like Kane Parsons like started this, right? Like he made the videos on YouTube and they were really cool. If you haven't watched them, guys, you're interested in like found footage stuff like this. This was he 100% was an independent creator doing this, and it was very interesting to me. I've watched all of them. I'm actually kind of excited for this. I'm gonna go see this one in theaters. It comes out in like a couple weeks, I think. Soon.
Let
So-
me see.
I am interested in the movie. I'm also interested in. I don't know whether it's out yet. I don't think it is.
May 29th.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
another similar thing where there's a guy walking down. I think it's like an underground tunnel, and this is another one from a game where you go through the same tunnel repeatedly, and you have to recognize if something's changed. If it changes, you go backwards. If it doesn't change, you go forwards. And if you get it wrong, horrible things happen.
Ooh.
I'm interested in that as well.
I like stuff like that.
Me too.
Yeah, it's like you never know quite how they're going to turn out, but they have the possibility to be awesome if done correctly. I think that with this, I'm reserving judgment until I see it, because it could either be some of the worst stuff ever made, or it could be really creepy and
But I
awesome.
think it's going to be interesting because, like this right here, Kane Parsons says they created 30,000 square feet of liminal spaces for the Backrooms movie, and some people ended up getting lost on the sets.
I mean, a set piece is one thing, but the weird part about this is there was no story. Realistically, you just kind of kept on waking up into some world. So, I as awesome as the sets are, what story are you going to tell with this?
Yeah.
That's where I was with the trailer. The trailer was just a load of people walking around a yellow room for a bit.
Which is cool for the game perspective, but for
Yeah,
a
but
movie,
not a trailer. Like, I am against. There's so many people that's like, well, spoilers. And I think the people saying spoilers has ruined trailers. I think trailers were much better when they told you the movie. Because it showed you the arc of the character. You knew what it was going in for. You knew the kind of thing that we're going for. And it doesn't change anything, because Project Hail Mary, lots of people went and saw it twice. Well, you'd already been spoiled on the movie, but actually knowing where the story's going is different than like living through it and feeling it for yourself anyway. And I think that's what trailers used to be. They used to be condensed versions of the movie.
Mhm.
And this, I feel like it set an atmosphere, but I need more than atmosphere for a 90-minute movie. And I have no idea about the plot. I don't know what they're doing in it. I don't know what they're facing, what they're fighting, where they're going. I
who
don't
is
really
the
know anything about the characters.
protagonist? Is it the guy? Is it the girl? Is it
Yeah.
both?
I preferred trailers when they told the story of the movie, or at least the start of the story of the movie, so you could be like, oh, where's it gonna go? But I know you've set up the character for me, rather than essentially a load of unconnected 3-second cutscenes of different random parts of the movie.
Well,
I hate that kind of trailer.
not pertaining to this, but something I really hate with what has happened in the last like year or so is, we're gonna release a teaser tomorrow, and then okay, we're gonna release a trailer in like 3 months, and then we're gonna release another teaser for the trailer that's gonna release tomorrow. I hate that so much.
Yeah.
I hate teasers of trailers, but I also hate trailers and stuff which are so many months away from the release of the movie that I just don't care. Like if you're telling me about a movie that's going to release in 8 months, I do not care, because
It's like the Doomsday stuff, like with the 4 different
Yes.
teasers. Excuse me. Oh, it has
It's
nothing
not
to do
for
with
the
your
this.
movie
trailer,
a
I
month
hate
before
that.
you release it. Otherwise, it's too far ahead.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
trailer for the trailer
But
sucks.
anybody that like might be interested, like if you've seen the Backrooms game, this is what like basically originated the game. He started 4 years ago, and he like did this himself without like it's pretty interesting. So what the thing that I'm interested in seeing is what he's gonna do with all this. Like he has money now. These were interesting, and they did very. I mean, look, 11 million views, 76 million views. Like this stuff did well. with like not a lot of money. So now that he actually has funding, I'm interested. So he's a very
I
creative
just think
guy.
that-
That's why
I mean,
I'm
he's
interested in.
creative, but having money doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make good things.
Yeah, but also he's creative in 2-minute segments.
Well, they're a little longer.
A
This is
2-minute
11.
video doesn't need a story. It can be, and you saw that in what's it called? Live, Die, Repeat. So they kind of would come up with an anthology thing. It would be a very short episode. It started at the action, ended when the action finished, and it didn't need any kind of continuation or deeper plot. And you're like, wow, that was weird. And that's cool for a really short thing. It's not for a 90-minute movie. A 90-minute movie needs to be a bit more like Markiplier's thing, where he took the game, which was very simple, and he started to add more to the backstory, add more to the world. He raised more questions, tried to explain more things. And that's what I'd be after with this. Explanation. What is this? Why does it exist? Where did it come from? I don't think we're going to get that.
Yeah, we'll see. I hope so. But yeah, you never know. That's the like, I guess the scary
One
part.
more
Or
month.
the scary part, or like the beauty of it, is that you could really go anywhere with the story. And I just hope that Kane's creativity comes off. You know, he started this little project 4 years ago, so he's had so much time to like put stories in his head and make a plot if he ever did this. So we'll see. I'm gonna go see it. We can review it. I think we're all gonna end up seeing it, so we can review it.
I might be in Japan then. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
I'll be in the land of all the squinties.
I'm only a little bit jealous.
You'd be like, yes, I can see the movie just about.
Just about.
I'm experiencing like the other Asians are. Wait, I am Asian. I don't have to do anything
Yeah.
different.
You have to walk around apologizing for all the rest of the people.
Oh,
Pretend to be a local.
that my Canadian is showing.
The thing that I don't plan on watching, because and I hate to say this because I like Jensen Ackles, but I'm so over the boys stuff. The boys prequel series Vault Rising will premiere in 2027. Like I said, I hate to say it because I like Jensen Ackles. I do. I understand why he's taking the role, right? Good money, whatever. But
Have you been watching?
no.
What's the last thing you watched?
The last season I watched for the boys was probably 2 seasons ago. It was when Butcher took the serum and was like gonna die. You know what I mean? Like he was all messed
He
up
kept
that
on
season.
taking it. Yeah,
And he kept
yeah.
taking it. It was that season, which I think was 2 seasons ago now. I think there's been two.
I don't know if it was
since
2
then.
seasons or the last
I think it was
season.
last season that he kept on taking the season, the serum, the
Hold on, let
temp
me
serum.
see.
Uh,
Because that's the season that I stopped watching it as well until this season where it picks
Yeah.
it up again.
In all honesty, I actually still like his character.
I like his character, but I hate the show now. It's
I don't like the show,
lame.
and I don't think the writers are doing his character justice because there are a lot of like weird things, like he's always crying and inconsistencies. He has some good moments, but then it's like, it's taken
Well,
away.
he never
by
really does
women.
anything. So, like in the last episode, there was even a point where at the end of the episode, they've gone through like this anger thing, which they stole off other series and basically admitted it. And then at the end of the episode, he wipes out the monster. They all calm down again. And the next thing, it cuts to them all in a van. And I'm like, how did you get away from him?
That pissed me off so much because the last time he saw these people, they tried to kill him.
Yeah, I don't
Which
know why
would
he didn't
mean-
just immediately kill it. I get that he was upset, but if he's upset, why didn't he want to kill him anyway?
But
You know?
why was there no scene to bridge how they
Yeah,
left him?
it was just that now we're going to cut to them in a van. I'm like, how did you escape?
Yeah.
That doesn't make
Well-
any sense.
Well, and the van was so boring. Oh, we're gonna put a song on and then like
Yeah.
sing to it.
Isn't it funny because the tone of the song contradicts the atmosphere of the rest of the scene? It's the most
Right.
basic stuff
And they
of all
spent
time.
like a minute on that stupid song at the very least. Ugh.
Yeah, and they're not even saying anything. It's this whole, and I don't know where this came from. I think it came from The Office, but I never found The Office funny in the first place. Of just, isn't this awkward, lol? It's like, just
So let's put
waste
a
of
really
time.
awkward song to make it even more awkward. So
Yeah.
funny. Anyways,
I do like him as an actor. I could like his
Yeah.
character. the world itself is so basic 2D. It's all Eric Kripke. He's just a complete evil lunatic who wants to put his politics into everything. I wouldn't piss on him if he was on fire, and I don't really know anyone watches the stuff.
I actually, the last episode I watched was season 4, but I didn't watch the whole season. I just like gave up. It was when there was like the Homelander and Starlight supporters like going at it, and I was like, this is I can't even finish the season. And so that was 4.
I think they will have a load of people at the moment because I don't think The Boys it's better than Daredevil.
I agree with that. Absolutely.
I'm not bored when I watch The Boys. It just doesn't really make me interested. But
there's a couple chuckles because sometimes there is a genuinely funny moment or funny line. Probably is more correct.
I would be entertained if it was on a second screen. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't find it boring or not interesting. There's enough happening. It's structured like a TV episode should be. So at the start of an episode and at the end of an episode,
it's episodic.
It goes through its own little thing that's supposed to go to the end.
But the stories
as a series,
boring.
Yeah, because as a series, I still don't know what their end goal is. I don't know what they're trying to achieve. I don't know how they're trying to get there. They arbitrarily... So, at the moment, the entire thing for the series seems to be we need to infect Homelander with the virus.
To kill him.
But that's undercut by the fact that they already had the virus and didn't try and infect him with it. And then they arbitrarily destroyed it because they had some emotional incontinence for a bit.
Yeah.
And so they basically caused their own problem in their own show. It's very strange.
The Starlight story that happened this past episode.
Starlight. I liked her in season 1, but after that,
it annoyed me. Oh, I'm gonna go find my dad, and then she finds her dad and finds out there's a family. Oh, but you didn't fight for us. And the guy's like, I still love you, Starlight. I've been stalking you since I left you, but because your mom was basically saying that you got this gift from God, and I wanted to tell you the truth, but I couldn't, so I just left. Wait, what?
But
that is just a stupid story. No.
This is why I think that The Boys is kind of benefiting from what Supernatural did. Just sunk cost. It's not bad enough to stop watching, and so you just keep watching it because you've always watched it, and you just want to get to the end.
I want to know what happens at the end, actually, yes.
Exactly. I think it's sunk cost where, you know, it's kind of at enough level that it's not going to scare people off anymore, but
as long as they don't...
wanted more has already gone. The thing is, I'm not sure that translates to a new series. It didn't translate to V, and I don't think Vault Rising will bring anyone back. And I don't think it'll even attract over a load of people that were just wanted to see the end of the previous one. And so I think they will cut off a huge chunk of their viewers by doing this.
Well, and they're not exactly making, you know, Soldier Boy someone who's attractive to watch. Like, he is better to watch than a lot of the other characters, but that's because it's a very low bar.
Yeah, he used to be more interesting when they played into his angle of, I just want to shag everything inside and all that kind of stuff, and he was just like a lad. Whereas in this, I don't really know what his character is anymore. He seems to be far more well-defined in previous seasons.
Oh, I need to just
agree with this.
Tear down my son, and he sucks, and yeah, that's it.
I agree with that because, like, with Supernatural, I was really late to the party with that. I didn't watch it when it was new. I just ended up binging it like a lot of people when it was on Netflix. And you can tell, like, the actual showrunner, like the show writer was done at season 5. And I think it was Kripke. And he did a good job then, but that was so long ago, right? I'm pretty sure it was Kripke, right?
I didn't know that was a writer because, yeah, there is and I think it is season 5, where you get to the end of, like, the Hell Heaven storyline, and it's just... everything has been an absolute banger up till there, and then it's just downhill. Yeah,
well, he leaves then, so it's like I agree with that now. I liked his writing on Supernatural, but then like after that, it's just I don't know what happened to him with his writing style. He got too like political and social issues instead of actually trying to do escapism, which he did with the first 5 seasons of Supernatural. And CW was basically like, okay, well, they want to keep making money off of it because they're gonna do that. So it ended really good with season 5. And then you're right, like you can tell that was supposed to be the series ending, and then they did, was it 10 more seasons with Supernatural? 15 seasons?
It's something like that. Yeah.
And that's crazy. Like
Double
there were
digits, yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me because you can tell, like, because I'm someone that binged it, right? So like I watched the decline like in real time. So it's unfortunate, but I still think Supernatural is better than The Boys. I just
It had a
couldn't
longer
keep,
Oh,
time
Supernatural's
too.
way better than The Boys.
Yeah.
The
I just
thing is with The
couldn't. I
Boys,
couldn't continue with The Boys. Like I tried because I wanted to. I liked the first season of The Boys. Second season is where I started going, and then season 3, I was like, eh.
Well, if
And
you
then I
just watch
tried
it,
before, and I was
if
like,
you just watch it as secondary watching, like,
yeah,
it's
like
not
second
as
screen.
bad.
Yeah.
the thing is with The Boys, I don't even think like his whole political stuff particularly ruins the show because it makes Homelander awesome. They are so like diametrically opposed to everything good in the universe that when they think something is evil, it just comes across as amazing. So every comment about how are we going to make Homelander come across as God is just based as hell. And they're like, maybe we should do all these miracles, and everything they come up with is a banger. Even though the show is trying to go, this is horrific, we shouldn't be doing this. I'm just sitting here like, you should do that. That sounds amazing. That'd work for me.
And that's the thing. Like Homelander's like the one that I liked, and he's supposed to be the villain.
No, Homelander is still the best character in the entire show. Every time they try and humiliate him, they make him seem better. It's so weird. But you get, it's more, the problem with the politics in the show is more that it draws you out of the show. So there's a time in this episode where they say something like, oh, that's like a Supreme Court case. It's Roe v. Wade. And they just, it's not even related to the story in any way. They just wanted to say the words Roe v. Wade. And you're like, what was that about? That was odd. And then they move on to the next thing. The problem with the show is far less about the politics and more just the foundation of the show. They take all the worst things about Supernatural and add it in. So every Supernatural show ended with a 5-minute scene between the two brothers in a car whining about their feelings.
Yeah.
And The Boys is just half the show is whining about their feelings. They'll be in a room. A lot of this episode was them all in a room whining about how they all hated each other. It's like, well, if you hate each other, just all have a fight, murder half the cast, and just move on. Because I hate
Go
having to put
full
up with a lot
Game of
people
Thrones.
moaning about how horrible their lives are all the time. It's why I didn't like Walking Dead, because it's just a lot of people crying about how horrible their life is. Game of Thrones, people seem to think that's really complicated. It's actually really simple. I hated the politics of that. But the moment you end up and it's just a load of characters talking about feelings, I'm out of there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. I
on the
didn't like that
topic-
episode.
On the topic of The Boys, Gen V has been canceled after 2 seasons. I'm not surprised by this. I did watch the first season. Did the second one even come out yet?
Yeah, it came
I
out
didn't watch
before
it.
this. It was like a prequel because, from my understanding, there's a couple characters from Gen V that are in this season.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not.
Yes,
I'm not
and they
surprised
want
it
the
got
characters
canceled.
from this to be in other spin-offs.
Yeah. So
So
Gen
they said,
V
although
was
this has
like
been cancelled, the characters will continue.
Gen V was a spin-off of The Boys, and it was like, people in college that had, that took, Gen V. And the main guy, like, at least it seemed that way. And she's like the main girl, but like, let's say the main guy in it, he died in a car accident. So
IRL or
in real life.
Oh snap!
So that's another reason why I kind of figured they weren't going to continue with it, because he was a big character. Let me get his name. Hold on. He was also in the
That's so sad.
he was in the Sabrina show, the darker one.
Oh, I never watched that.
I
It was
watched
okay.
it.
You know what I'm talking? It was the one who played her, Chance Perdomo. Hold on.
When you said Chance,
He-
I was thinking the rapper.
This guy right here.
Okay.
He died in 2024 car accident. It was like really tragic, but he was like a big character in Gen V.
Oh, he was part of
So-
the family. I had to Google what he looked like in
in
the
Sabrina. He was
Yeah.
her cousin.
show. He
Yeah.
wasn't he like was he the cat?
He
that
was
could turn
supposed to
into a
be like
person?
Salem. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was supposed to be like Salem. Yeah. So it was really tragic. But once that happened, I kind of thought maybe I didn't know where they were gonna go. Right. He would probably. I would say he was the only interesting character. I'm not really interested in this one. They had her as like the main one that like she could like use blood to kill people, or like that. Well, yeah, she could kill
Jujutsu
people,
Kaisen.
but like it was. I don't know. I wasn't as interested in her character as I was his. He was, yeah.
Wait,
So
isn't
I didn't
that
watch
like
the
a
second one.
comic character in like Marvel or DC Universe or something like that, if I remember correctly? Probably is.
Yeah, it was like blood bending. But the weird thing about her introduction was like her when she hit puberty was when she found out and like it killed her parents. And so I was like, oh, that's kind of disturbing.
Her period blood made it happen. Actually, that's
Yeah.
in Jujutsu Kaisen. Do you remember Disparu? That I actually like that because he's crazy. He's so funny. Because what does he say to his brother? Was it brother? He's the bloodbender ends up finding they're like related too.
Yeah, there was because he's like dying, and as he's dying, he can feel his brother's dying, and that's when he realized he's essentially killed his brother.
So strange. And then
yeah. And then there's actually a moment where he's like, "Just call me brother," and he's just talking in conversation. So my brother, and they go, "Yes." Complete craze character.
like literally that guy has so many people that end up like loving him out of like some weird innate reason. Like I love the clapping guy too.
Oh yeah, because he can teleport with things. And
Yeah,
each
with his
one
clap.
is like, what you don't understand is actually clapping is it's an emotion of the soul, and he's like clapping his stump because his hands go up.
But
just have to
Jujutsu Kaisen
intend to
does so good.
Yes. What is your taste in women? And then you find out later that he actually got that from a woman that asked him, and he's just left such an impression on him.
Well, on a positive note, this was a cute little story. Project Hail Mary Lego set achieves a Guinness World Record by reaching the edge of space. It reached an altitude of 1,000. Oh my gosh, 114,790 feet, highest ever for a Lego set. That's cute, and the little image of it. They have the camera on there.
Rocky, so adorable. This movie came about in probably one of the darkest times for Hollywood, and I don't know, just a good feel good story.
I feel like, at least for me personally too, it's been a good year so far for movies. They had the Mario movie, and then the Michael Jackson movie. So far I'm pretty happy.
But
with-
3, and we're in April. It's been 4 months.
That's 3
That's
good
sad.
movies is for just a year is good.
Well,
Like, let's see what happens.
the
'Cause
last 5-6 years, yeah.
Yeah, in the last 5-6 years. So
But Hollywood is about trends, and one of the things that they do is like if
They're gonna
something is
learn the wrong
successful
story.
and it works, they try and repeat it. And Hail
I hope
Mary
they're both
did
good.
make a Hollywood Reporter article about how Hope Corps is the future of Hollywood, and it is at least something that they realize that. Yeah, actually, your entire ideology of you're oppressed, you're a victim, everything's awful, and we need a revolution to save the world doesn't make good stories.
No.
People want something to aspire to, something that makes them better. They don't want the old past it barren woman in Prada 2 coming. I actually think you should all be fat because that'll make me look more attractive. Actually, no, you should probably have a load of attractive young people on there so that people can aspire to be that kind of way. And I think if they do actually learn that lesson, then things will improve in general.
I hope it's the lesson and it's not some weird, we're going to make 5-legged creatures that are cute.
Well,
but they seem to miss the lesson sometimes.
yeah, but when the
And-
Hollywood Reporter is noticing it and writing it in articles, I think that is a sign that people may be noticing because it's essentially just a corporate media access rag.
Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter are coming up. I'm excited for both of them. I think they're going to be.
They both have good trailers. To be
Yeah, the
honest.
trailers are good. I hope
They're interesting.
Mortal Kombat's first, so
entertaining.
we'll see. I found a vintage Mortal Kombat shirt on Etsy, and I'm gonna wear that when I go see it. It's got like the logo. I'm like, I like
Ooh.
that. There's even like a little hole in it, and I'm not mad about it because I'm like, well, it's probably from the early '90s, so it's okay.
Honestly, I love when I find my dad's or my mom's old clothes. and
Aw.
I use it. Yeah.
I'm so upset. My mom got rid of she had like sundresses and stuff like from the '90s, and she doesn't have them anymore. And I'm like, Mom,
Well,
I
as
could've
someone
wore them.
who
Why weren't you thinking about me?
I know. Why were you thinking about me?
as someone who likes to get rid of clutter, it's like I'm not mad about that.
Yeah, no, I remember I can picture some of them that were so pretty, and little me was like, I hope I can wear those one day when I'll fit and do it. And well, Nope. It's okay.
Nope.
Marker Reality, thank you for the 10. Why doesn't the film industry make their movies in Florida? We have studios and everything else that California has, except we're a lot cheaper, interesting, but lower crime rate. Oh, well. Didn't they used to make movies here? Like, I know they had like the Universal lot. They would do, a lot of shows like Nickelodeon and stuff back in like, I want to say like the early 90s. I don't know why they stopped doing that.
I think it might be cheap, but they probably still look to the government to cover a lot of stuff, I'm sure.
It's probably a few things. So one of the biggest things anywhere in America is, I think it's the same unions. I think you have the same union everywhere. You come to the UK, you have a different union. So then you have the tax breaks. Then, as was said in the thing, Florida still has the same health thing. So you'd still have to pay all the 30% extra on top of everything for health costs. You don't have that over here. You're not just competing with America, you're competing with the world. So let's say the UK got evaporated out of existence. Well, then they could just film in Hungary. Hungary is incredibly cheap with the same kind of thing.
And that actually increased in the last couple of years too, Hungary.
Yes,
so.
And as they increase, so there was an article that was made where it looked at job creation from movies. And what they said was, if it's just the odd movie in an area, it actually doesn't create jobs, because you need repeated, long-term, constant movies in order for jobs to spring up, because they have to be full-time, right? So they have to constantly have new movies coming in. And so if there's just the odd one going there, you don't get the industry. And so a lot of the jobs actually are still shifted into a different place where they have all of that thing set up in the first place. So it will always be centralized somewhere rather than spread out specifically for that reason. They need the infrastructure, they need the people, they need like the pipeline, as well as just studios or cost and whatever. I think it's a case of America might be just too successful for its own good in this regard. Everyone gets paid so much more in America than in Europe. And so it's got to increase all the costs. Same reason that China and everyone got all the manufacturing, I think, is also harming the American film industry.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Real quick before we finish supers, I just wanted to bring these up here. These John Wick topics. So we have Lionsgate head Adam Fogelson says that they have an exciting idea for John Wick 5. An animated John Wick prequel movie will be released first. So I remember
Tales of Baba Yaga.
I remember we talked about the animated John Wick, right? Like I think we covered that at some point. Talking about that, I don't remember. I think so, though. I'm not surprised. Like honestly, they're gonna keep going with this because it's just a good popcorn flick. You know what I mean?
I don't know why anyone thought John Wick 4 was the end. Honestly, I watched John Wick 4. At no point did I think he was dead. The entire movie sets up the fact that he is trying to get out of there, and the only way he can get out of the situation is if he fakes his death. And then people thought he actually died, and I'm like, I don't even know how you got that reading. And everyone's like, no, he's definitely dead. They can't make any more in the future. I was kind of amazed. So I'm glad. He could be 95. I would still want him to make more John Wick movies. I just,
if he can, yeah.
Him. Yeah.
Can he just be like the Batman and have like a suit to help him move?
I can see that. And then there's also the John Wick spinoff. Kane has begun filming.
I'm not interested in this.
No, why? Stop. They tried to do a spinoff already. Screw that.
I liked his character in 4. I don't care about him as a primary.
I don't care about him that much. No.
I liked the ballerina movie, but I understand why people were like, because they marketed it as a John Wick story. Like, just they should have just made it its own thing and been like, hey, this is just like takes place in the John Wick universe. I think something that like weakened it a little bit was like putting John Wick
John in there.
Yeah,
took away from her.
I don't mind that. I think that they needed to make her own character, and they didn't. They made her John Wick. I think they did better with her when she starts off, actually, and she's in like the dress and heels and she's fighting. I think if they went more down the Black Widow element of
it would have done so well.
Extremely sexy. I'm the person that does what he does, but in a short skirt with a slit up and high heels, I think it would have been a way better movie. But you had to play. You can't make that in today's day and age. It needed to be pure male gaze, sex, and hotness.
But the crazy part is, because of the faction she had come from, it would have been really cool to see I forgot whoever the lead is, integrate both ballet, grace, and fighting, and somehow amalgamate it into this character that, I mean, just as Bruce said, is kind of like Black Widow.
If she'd fought more like a dance, because one thing that she did with John Wick was there were multiple times where someone would punch her and she would block them, and that means your force versus his force, and he should just annihilate you in that kind of regard.
She should have been like
had her going head to head with him, and you need more like if she was more dancey, so she was dodging around more,
using their momentum against them.
Yeah, like in the last Daredevil episode, one thing I liked was Daredevil versus Fisk, and Daredevil is just dodging around his thing really easily, but the moment he gets caught by Fisk, he's in trouble. He breaks his bones. He smacks him. He's all over the place. If they'd done that with her, so that she flowed better around them.
Yeah,
I think
like they would have been so cool to see like the teaching lessons. Just like you can't fight against a dude. You're smaller. Blah blah blah. Use that against them. What was that? Oh. Anyways, using that against them, and then like how like I'm hearing things. How like when you when you see the two person, they're doing like the spinning girls in the air and stuff like that. That would have been cool to see her be able to do something like that and use that against them, because like you see that with karate all the time. I've not played the Arkham game, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, that would have been great.
But I can't remember Catwoman specifically.
Very kind of how you're describing, very like gymnastics, like
I just think that you have to play into the femininity aspect of it. Like if you're going to gender swap somebody, then there should be a reason for it, and they should be like, well, what's different about women in this regard? Not just women can do what men do. No, what is special about women? How do they do it? How would they cope in that situation? It's an interesting thing to do. But you also have to remember that your target market is men, and so you should still be like, what do men like about women while they're doing this? Yeah, it's so easy to do, and they, like I say, they even did it. Her first fight is her in a big dress and high heels, and then just kind of
that was so cool. I wish the whole thing would have been like that.
Well, and imagine like so I just watched the Batman trilogy, the last one, and when he goes to China or whatever, he takes the entire ballet with him. Imagine she's using her prima ballerina as a way to infiltrate different circles. That'd be kind of cool.
It's a bit like I forget his name, but the blind spin-off guy. If you think of John Wick 4, they do the same thing with him. There's a scene where he's putting like bells and trackers, like motion detectors, all over the place because he's blind. But so he's tracking people by them setting off these motion detectors, so he knows where people are. And then for the rest of the movie, he's just like Daredevil, and he doesn't need them anymore, and he can basically see without being able to see. Seems to be something that John Wick does, is they come up with an interesting idea, realize this isn't very deep, we can't make a whole thing of this, and just forget it once they've shown you the idea. I think they're going to do that with his movie. I think he's basically going to be Daredevil in John Wick.
And Asian.
Yes. I'm not excited for the Kane one like that. I don't need that, but I'm excited to see what they do for John Wick 5, and I am happy that they're doing an animated prequel movie, because if the the animated does well, they might maybe give us more John Wick animated, which would be good for Keanu Reeves since he's like broken, so he can continue to do the character without having to hurt himself. I know. So I'd be very interested to see what kind of style. I would hope they would do some kind of like anime samurai like art style. You know what I mean? Like something like that would look I think that would look good in the John Wick universe, or like Batman the animated series, more dark.
Yeah, I just don't know if animated is the way to go, because I don't even know what type of animation would look good in that world.
That's what I mean. I want to see what they do with it. I hope that they do it well and it goes over well because, like I said, it'd be good for Keanu Reeves to be able to rest his body. But I'm also excited to see what they're doing for John Wick 5 because at some point I feel like he's gonna have to pass the torch. We thought he was gonna do that
No.
ballerina.
Well, that's what these
or-
spin-offs should be at this rate. Like, don't
Yeah.
pass the torch. Like, there's no one's interested in these types of sequels.
It would need to be someone like, I don't know. It'd be hard to replace Keanu in this role. He's good at it. It's
I
we've
think-
seen this assassin role so many times, but it's just there's something different about John Wick because of Keanu. So if he passed the torch, what actor could you think of? It has to be a guy that could play
No,
this
just
assassin
don't.
role good.
Just
I
don't.
can't think of anybody like off the
No,
top of
just
my head
create
right
a new
now.
series.
I think if you recast roles like that, you're better off with a no-name actor rather than
Yeah.
trying to do someone else. Because by the time you've gone through a career where you can build up that kind of thing, you're probably older anyway.
Yeah, they're trying to
Um,
build a universe. Yeah.
I'm not sure a universe works. I'm a bit tied between would you rather recast John Wick as the character or do a spin-off?
You know
Well,
who
I
I would want to
saw-
see as a bad guy?
Hmm.
Jason Statham. In
That'd
the
be
John
cool.
I'm
Wick
always up for
universe.
Jason Statham.
Yeah, I'm
Like, I
always
would
down
actually
for some
to see the
Jason.
two of them together would be kind of fun.
After seeing John Wick 4 and seeing the random guy with the dog that's added in for no reason
Oh
whatsoever.
god, I hated that one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a pointless character. He almost seems like he was done in reshoots to add to the movie. It was really strange. Like, it was like a parasite that's on the movie that shouldn't be there. It's utterly bizarre addition to the story. It serves no purpose. I'm kind of concerned that that's what they're doing to it, that they also want to replace him. And so they keep adding in all these characters to see what works, and none of them ever do. At that point, you might as well just recast John Wick as a different actor and see if it works.
Or just make a new IP. Stop
Yeah.
with these universes, honestly.
Well,
Um,
they're also they're a bit stuck by the fact that in the world they've done, it's nearly all male assassins, and he's nearly fighting men everywhere. And then in all the spin-offs, it's like, how come there's all these women in all these spin-offs, but there's not in John Wick? So when they did the prequel before, if you remember, I can't remember what it was, but the guy that owns the hotel, they did a prequel spin-off series, and suddenly like half the assassins now are women. It's like, well, what did they all die off?
They
Because
all
they're not-
died
they're
because
not
they
in
tried to
John
kill
Wick
John Wick.
anymore, you know? And again, it just seems to be a product of its time, and I don't think they know how to. They can't do spin-offs without modernizing them, because the moment they come up with the conversation, they get a new group of people for a new show. They're like, well, we've got to have this and this, 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 and they just destroy the universe before it starts. I'm not sure they're capable of doing a spin-off.
Just leave it.
Yeah,
Let's have
let it-
new ideas. That's why I really like the idea of B movies. They can take more risks. They have cheaper budgets, and they actually seem to plan things a bit more ahead, and seem to have just this huge, grand idea, being able to take all the whatever direction they want without having the pressure of corporations.
It's why, since I heard about it, I was always more interested in Clayface than anything James Gunn was doing, because James Gunn was really invested in all the others. But Clayface, I think its budget was like 40 million. And so it's a bit beneath the notice of all your executives and James Gunn and everything else. So it can be its own thing. It can be its own tone. And it's far more likely to be profitable because it's got a suitable budget.
Yeah.
I would much rather they just make loads of low budget movies at the moment than put $200 million into something or even more and have to play it safe because we need this to appeal to everybody. I don't want it to appeal to everyone. I want
No,
it to have
because-
a niche audience with a low budget so you can hyper focus on what they want.
And actually, like, attend to fans and fan service, if that's even a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because I really do hate that, like, IPs that have existed for a long time, they don't even want to care for whoever loved the IP in the first place. The reason these IPs got to
Yeah.
wherever they are now, for the notice of you, someone who wasn't interested in the IP in the first place and yet does not care.
That's the problem. That's why it's crazy to. I mean, it's not crazy to me, but we're seeing this pattern with movies that are doing very well, and they're actually doing fan service, and the actual fans are loving it and giving it great ratings, and the critics are just crapping on it.
Well, it's like that's why with the Mario movie, when people are like, well, it could be better because it doesn't have a plot, and I think it should have a plot, and I don't think we should have to settle for this. I'm like, well, but the fans liked it. And I think that's the only thing that matters. If you have satisfied the target audience,
The people that are
I don't
paying
think
to see
anyone
it.
else's opinion matters, It's like, well,
Yeah.
it could be better. It's like, yeah, but you don't know that actually adding in a story wouldn't have taken away something for those fans. They already liked it
Exactly.
how it was. Now, if it's going like Jurassic Park, so Jurassic Park is losing money over time, is slowly declining, you probably have an argument there of, well, maybe if you keep what it is, but also add something, maybe you can kind of claw it back and stop the decline. But I think Mario did basically what it did before, so...
Yeah, it's still working. All right, let me catch up on supers, guys. Sorry. Dan Vicious for 2. Trump and Melania were evacuated from Correspondence Center. Yes, we covered
We
that
saw
briefly. Thank God everyone's okay. It's wild out there right now.
Apparently, the shooter has been apprehended.
Oh, okay.
This is from Trump. I'm assuming it's on Truth. Quite an evening at DC Secret Service and law enforcement did a fantastic job. They acted quickly and bravely. The shooter has been apprehended. I have recommended that we let the show go on, but we'll be entirely guided by law enforcement. They're making a decision. We'll just have to do it again. So, yeah. Shaken,
There you
not
go.
stirred by the sound of it.
Yeah. Andrew, thank you for the 5. Hey, everyone. I know that Disru is going to watch his new favorite show, The Savant, since Robin Hood.
I am
Baby
looking forward to
Robin,
the Savant,
Robin.
just because I'm pretty sure it's going to be The Handmaid's Tale,
Mm-hmm.
but with extremism.
Ian, thank you for the 50 pounds. He's probably asleep now. AI will fail due to my ballet proficiency.
Wait, what?
It was.
Oh,
the woman
Elizabeth.
came out,
No,
yeah,
not
and-
Elizabeth.
This was almost an hour ago. Sorry.
Well, it's because what is it?
Charlize Theron? Was that Charlize?
Yeah, and Charlemagne. So he got, and I still don't understand what the controversy was about. And he was just like, Hollywood's more important than ballet or something.
No,
And
no, ballet
everyone
is
has
ballet is a dying art, essentially. I don't know
It
his actual quote, but people were just so offended that he would say anything about an art, but also acting is a dying art too.
Well, yeah,
Sorry.
but ballet is a dying art. It's not profitable. It's basically paid for by extremely rich snobs. But most people have never been to ballet and not interested. It's not a big popular thing, and it used to be way more popular, but it's very niche. Like everything he said was right, and then everyone jumped on him. But her comments were most stupid because she said, "Well, AI will replace you as an actor, but it won't replace ballet." I'm like, no, robots will definitely be able to do ballet. What do you even mean?
Yeah, and I think
Take
AI
that personally.
replace a lot of jobs, not just ballet and all that. But anyways, she retracted that statement and said, "Oh, it's a joke." Sure.
If it was a joke, I
Sure.
don't know why you'd retract it.
Sure, Jan. Yeah, really. Justin, thank you for the 5. What document is guaranteed to only contain the truth? Facts. That would hurt this through a little bit.
I like it.
He doesn't look
I feel
mad. He
ashamed
just
for
looks
you.
disappointed.
You know,
Yeah.
Disappointed
I'm not
dad.
angry. I'm just disappointed.
every time the hospital or like wherever I work loses, signal, because that's happened a few times. We had code grays.
Oh, no.
When we have to send a fax, I'm like, how do I do this again? It's been a while, but fax machines still exist.
They do.
Those are fun.
I think the medical field probably uses them the most. Like stuff like that. Like when
It's
you
a
need things
just in
fast.
case. You never
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
See where I found out
it's-
the Canadian hospitals have like a Morse code telegram machine next to it as well.
No. It's actually safer to send a fax than an email, technically speaking. Security wise.
Jason, thank you for the Australian 5. For example, disprove the intense vibration saddle 10-second challenge from a Japanese game show.
The
What
Japanese
is
have
a
the best
sa-
game shows of
what?
all time. Like the Japanese have game shows where you're like, how has nobody died doing this? I remember there was one where it was, they had like loads of exercise machines and stuff, and the winner was the person that sweated into a cup the most in like 5 minutes. And so they're just
Ew.
trying to exercise as much as they can and capture everything, squeeze it out of their t-shirts into a little glass.
Do you remember the Twitch meta of farts and then they moved on to sweat? I don't know. It made me think of that for some reason.
I think that was the OF meta, not the Twitch meta, but they're also very
But
similar.
it's kind of linked.
Yeah, they're
be
basically
fair.
the same. The same creators at this.
Oh my
point.
god. Or are the black boxes? Oh, in the green
Oh,
screen, they're shorts or whatever.
So I found out Tectone took responsibility for killing that meta.
The black box?
Yeah, so all the women started it, obviously, and so he decided to do it, completely starkers, except for a black bar over himself, and then he just started underneath the black bar. He said after that got all like they came out and banned it.
No.
And he was like, "You can thank me for ending that meta." You could just see
I
his
am
hands
so
going up
glad
and
I never
down
saw
inside
that.
the black bar.
I'm so glad I never saw that. Oh my god.
Same. Aspirations of mediocrity. Thank you for the 5. Have any of the panel seen Blackbird on Apple TV? Paul
No.
Walter Hauser is haunting, and it's Ray Liotta's last performance. I have not. I don't have Apple
Oh.
TV. Eventually, I plan on getting it to like watch a couple of like the shows and movies. That people
Mythic
have
Quest is
suggested.
so good on it.
I'll just like binge and then get rid of you
I
after
like
that.
Mythic Quest. And the soccer show, I forgot the name of it, is really good too.
Zodlander, thank you for being a member for 2 months. Why the F are people so aggressive these days? If you resort to violence, you're already losing your argument. True. Anyways, hi ladies. Oh, and lad.
No, he's a lady.
Like it depends what you mean by
It
the argument.
depends.
People
Well,
have been
I think like I would look at that as like, look at like people, an example, like on the left, when you say something to them that bothers them and then they try to physically attack you. You know what I mean?
There's-
Like,
yeah, but
Because they have no other arguments, so they have to resort to
Yeah.
violence.
it means
Defending
it's this whole
yourself, that's
attitude of, well,
different.
if you kill your enemies, they win. It's like, no, you win. There's people have been taught a whole load of really untruths about victory and violence and the point of violence. It depends on the context a lot.
all right, this poll real quick. I'm going to end it now. We're at 507 votes and Disparu won
Obvious
by
winner.
66%.
When it comes to arguments, I think for me, I honestly don't care people's opinions that much.
So where you're going to like resort to physical violence. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't even resort to physical violence. I
Yeah,
wouldn't even
actually just
respond
slap
to
you
you.
for the love of the game.
I would
No.
only. She
No,
only
'cause
she
She's
exposes
just
the
like, I
first
don't
shoulder.
disagree with you. I just like doing it.
I just like I get
I
excited.
think it depends.
Yeah.
I'm more violent with the people I know. Not that I'm actually
Like
that
when she
violent. I
attacked
just
Disparu's
showed
shoulder.
Disparu's shoulders. That's
Yeah.
it.
This is the start of a Me Too story with me and Whitney.
It is.
She actually just beats us. That's why we're there.
No, but I don't know. I think that if you really need to change people's minds, you care too much what other people think about you or things.
Yes.
So I don't
And that's
know.
like it's very like a small-minded, low IQ way to react.
I don't even know if it's low IQ, but you care too much about what other people think. And
I mean, when you react like violently in certain situations, like you resort to that. Like if you're just having like a civil debate and then you start to lose and you get physical, I feel like that's like a sign of low IQ, in my opinion.
I mean, I find very few people are having an argument and then randomly start punching each other.
Yeah, but
It's like I say, it depends on the context. I think violence has its point, but again, it depends on the context. I don't think very few people are like, I prefer double stuffed Oreos over single stuffed Oreos, and he turns to violence.
you bitch.
savage.
But I do agree with the fact that the older I've got, the less I care what anyone thinks. I'm just going to say the truth, and if you disagree, you can just be wrong.
If you want to
it's like,
go for it. I'm going out with my
the
day after that disagreement.
Reality doesn't require you to agree with it. You know,
Exactly. Exactly. You're not living rent free in my head. I'm gonna go about my day and not think about it afterwards. Anyways,
I mean, I am the person that think Hollywood should
Wait,
be followed around by someone just shouting, "You don't
yes.
matter."
But thin Oreos are better than double stuffed.
I agree because I
Fight
prefer
me.
I agree
Don't
with
like
that.
Oreos.
There.
Last time this Oreo, he crashed out. He said he had an Oreo and fell asleep for like 2 hours. The sugar
Oh
was
no,
too
no,
much.
that
You
was
told me
I think that was the chocolate wrapped ones. It was like some kind of, and I think it was white chocolate wrapped ones, so it was like a special edition.
So extra
and
sugar.
I could just eat them and pass out. They had that much sugar in them.
Well,
They're nothing like a custard cream though.
Never had them.
yum.
We have lots of British type of biscuits. They're just better.
Well, there you go.
I'll beat you, monkey.
She
What,
is about 9 foot tall. She gets
I
She's
know. I'll
9
just,
feet
I'll,
tall.
I'll just sit on you, which also could. No, never mind.
X-Ray Girl was the person Lady Dimitrescu was modeled
I'm
after.
gonna send Love Deep on you.
Don't make Love Deep mad, okay? Just don't do it. Don't do it. You won't have internet for at least a week.
This is why he's such a good repairman. He's the one that causes the damage first, but with no face.
What a great business model.
Right. So
It'd be like John Wick being a paramedic.
oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, yeah. What do you guys have going on? What's your next stream, X-Ray?
Tomorrow, Forbidden Frontier at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And I am gonna be playing Pragmata sometime during the rest of the week. Next week, X-Ray Girl everywhere. And
Your links, yeah, they're in the chat, but also in the description always if anyone needs to find their stuff, both of them. And Disprue, what about you? What's your next video?
Well, my last video was Animal Farm review summary, because it seems that they're changing that from everything that Orwell intended to be now it's anti-capitalist. So that's an interesting change. Next is going to be actually about Pragmata, because the conversation around that seems to be insane.
it's insane, literally.
So I think that's interesting to talk about. Then it's going to be to do with the critics and the role that critics think they should play, and the access media and influencers, and where that's going in the future with both of their egos about to clash in the same room. So we'll see where that goes.
Oh, nice. And me, Tuesday night, I'll be doing my Resident Evil stream, and then at some point during the week, I will also be playing some more Mouse PI. I'm really loving that game.
It looks good.
It's a lot of fun. Someone in the chat mentioned that they thought you would like it. I'm like, I think so too. It's good. And then Vera and Virtue will be on her channel next week. So Saucy
Nice.
as usual on Saturday. Yeah, that's it. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a great rest of your night.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll see ya.